What's up, guys? It is PGF Week 6. Really looking forward tonight, and you should too, because I promise you there are going to be a lot of submissions. I don't want to do the announcer jinx already, but I really feel like tonight we're going to see the least amount of draws of any week so far. I think we're going to see a lot of submissions. There's a lot of the top guys are going against guys near the bottom of the Eastern and Western Conference. Now, talking about each side, we got to look at the standings. Currently, Elijah Carlton is at the top of the Eastern Conference. He's 59 points for, and he's got 4 points against. And those 4 points against were purely just him. He could not make it. He couldn't make it, so he ended up getting 4 points against him. Then we have Nilo. Nilo's at 55 points for, and he's been he got arm locked one time by Elijah. So they're neck and neck. And Matt Elkins has come out of nowhere. Last week, 21 points. He has risen all the way to number 3 in the Eastern Conference, and he's only 10 points behind Elijah. Matt's got 3 more matches tonight, and I'm honestly predicting another 21 points for Matt Elkins. So we'll see, but I wouldn't be shocked if by the end of this night, maybe Matt Elkins passes both Nilo and Elijah. Looking at the Western Conference, we had a latecomer, Moises Carrasco. So he took Cody Floyd's spot, and he's at 46 points for. So I believe Cody had 14, and so Moises has come in and killed it. He's at 46 total points. He's got 6 points against, and I believe those 6 points against were just, again, Cody Floyd couldn't make it, so he got 2 points against for each one of those 3 matches. Caleb Mcallister, definitely my pick to be at the top of the Western Conference standings when it's all said and done. He's only done 12 matches, so Moises has done 14, Caleb's done 12. He's at 41 total points, so he's 5 points back from the top, and he's only had 2 points against. And anytime, again, you hear pretty much an even number, especially if it's a 2, then it was just them missing the match. So Caleb's doing great, and he is tied with the Scarecrow of Doom. The Scarecrow of Doom's also at 41 points, but he's also at 14. And then rounding that out, or I should say in 4th place, is Matt Anderson with 37. So what do you think about that? Matt Elkins especially came out of nowhere, and he is in 3rd place, and honestly, he's making a run for the top spot in the Eastern Conference.
Didn't he get 21 points?
Yes, he got 21 points. And is really set up to do 21 again. In my opinion, him and Nilo both have 3 matches tonight. I'm expecting 21 from both of those gentlemen.
All right. Speaking of that, and he's on my fantasy league team, so let's talk about that for just a second. Have you closed the fantasy team yet?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, guys, so fantasy teams are not closed. If you want to go ahead and create your team, then go ahead and do that before we get started. We do have some makeup matches this week that we're going to just try to fit into the schedule wherever we can, and those will also go on to the fantasy league points. So let's let you know what matches are going to take place that are not on the schedule. Caleb versus Noah, Elijah versus Casey, Mike Johnson versus Dennis, Casey versus Mike Ritchie, Robert versus Kanan, Caleb versus Mike Johnson, and Seth versus Kanan. So there's going to be several players tonight that have more than 3 matches, so because of these makeup matches. Also, I would like to note that there are a few scratches for tonight. So Robert Gladden is not going to be here tonight, and also Lewis Collins is not going to be here tonight. So go ahead and get your fantasy picks in now before Brandon closes it.
Yeah, and Lewis was a late scratch. I believe he's got an injury that he received from training this week. Late scratch, so, don't think that we're holding out information just so we can get an advantage on the PGF fantasy. I'm in 32nd place, so I did miss a couple of weeks, but still, I'm nowhere near the top. But Lindsay is in 2nd place, so I know how you could think maybe she's trying to hold back the info until it's too late. But yes, Lewis Collins is scratched tonight. Man, there's really not a lot of matches that stick out for me in the sense of these are going to be 2 wars, or they're 2 guys going to war. But the big match for me is Seth Tatum versus Jonathan Roberts.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the best match of the night. I'm really interested in seeing how Seth deals with Jonathan, especially because Seth's done his best work on bottom. That's where Jonathan does his best work. So are we going to see our first double guard pull? I hope we don't. But I am interested to see how Seth deals with Jonathan's relentless attacking style. And honestly, Seth has shown a relentless attacking style. I mean, Seth has shown that he can really change up and chain submissions together. And Jonathan obviously has been living off of the heel hook and the arm lock. So we'll see.
He got his first, was it a Darce
last week? He did get his first Darce, but again, it looked like, I mean, that was a great Darce. I'm not saying anything against the technique. I'm just saying that you can tell that his best movements are still the arm lock and the leg lock. I mean, that's what he's hunting.
He is the elbow genie.
That's what he's hunting, yeah. He's really hunting the arm lock and the leg lock. So you will see, man. I mean, Seth has been really, really tough. I don't know if Seth's been tapped. Yeah, Seth hasn't been tapped this season. So he's one of the guys that are undefeated. We have 4 guys that are still undefeated. So we've got, or maybe there's 5, because I think we've got Elijah Carlton.
Okay.
Hasn't been tapped.
Yeah.
We've got Matt Elkins has been tapped. We've got Seth Tatum's been tapped, or hasn't been tapped. We've got Caleb Mcallister hasn't been tapped. I believe Moises Carrasco, again, he's also undefeated. So, yeah, we're looking at 4 guys that, man, I mean, to make it this far in the season
and not be tapped
and not have been tapped is pretty remarkable, especially Seth Tatum, who's a blue belt.
Right. All right, guys, you see some of this Coca-Cola swag back here behind us. So one of these pieces, depending on what it is going to be given away to the player of the week. So sorry, but this week's player of the week doesn't get to go eat with Brandon. We still got to catch up on Elijah Carlton going to Chili's with Brandon, but he did take Joe out last week, so so he is caught up on that. But if you guys see one of these shirts back here that you would prefer us to give away tonight, let us know. But we want to say thank you to our sponsor, Decatur Coca-Cola Bottling Company, and Frank Troop for donating this gear back here. So we appreciate him.
Yeah, I love that reddish black top. It looks really good. That's the one that I had my eye on. It's right behind me, so you can't really fully see it, guys, but it looks pretty slick.
Yeah, it's body armor.
Yeah,
nice.
It's got the body armor. It's cool.
I think Egghead says he's coming for me. Yeah, okay, if you notice, when you look at the rankings on the app, it says that I'm 3rd, but I'm actually tied for 2nd, so I am 2nd.
So you're the first loser. That's what I just heard.
No.
You're the first loser, the biggest one, the one that came closest to winning.
Which loser are you?
It doesn't matter. After the first loser, I'm just a smaller loser than you. But we've got our first match of the night. It's still about 15, 20 minutes away, but we've got Robert Autry versus Eric Longar, and then Noah Randolph versus Elijah Carlton. So Robert Autry, I mean, he's had a really good showing. He's really impressed me, and he's a guy that is a white belt, but man, he looks like a blue belt. Again, I've been really, really impressed with his performance as a white belt. And then Eric Longar really had his best week of the season last week, and I expect this week a little bit more of the same, or more of the same. I expect him to get 2 or 3 finishes tonight, and I think he's going to start off the night with a finish over Robert Autry.
Okay, nice, yeah. I agree. Robert is doing amazing. Like I said last week, especially on defense. I really noticed because Robert comes and trains with us during the summer, so just between this summer and last summer, I noticed an amazing improvement of just his positioning and stuff from the bottom, and his defense is really, really getting good. And I think that's the good, like, that's where you know when a white belt is getting closer to blue belt. That's one of the indicators anyway. But,
yeah, I mean, definitely. And he's competing with guys that are much, much more experienced, and he's really, really stepping up to the occasion. And then in our next match, I mean, Noah Randolph has the toughest night of anybody tonight. I believe he's got 5 matches, and he's got Caleb Mcallister.
Some tough
He's got
matches.
Moises Carrasco and Elijah Carlton. So he's got 3 of the 4 guys that are undefeated.
Right.
So tough night for Noah. I mean, when you're a blue belt that young, you know, and you're going against guys of that caliber, you don't want to tell somebody that, hey, you know, you need to find a way to get a moral victory. But if he could take one of those guys to a draw, huge, huge accomplishment for the 16-year-old blue belt. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I definitely agree. And I'm just so proud of Noah for just stepping out there, out of his comfort zone, and competing against these guys that he would never get a chance to compete against guys at this level anywhere in this area, especially, and where else are blue belts getting to compete against brown and black belts? So, yeah, I'm super proud of Noah.
Yeah, and him and Blake Randall have both shown that, their age doesn't matter. I mean, they've had really tough matches against purple and brown belts, and they've had a couple of matches where, they were a little bit outclassed, both of them, but they've also, again, both had matches where they looked phenomenal and looked well beyond the age of 16 and 17.
Yeah.
So I love seeing the young guys. I'm a big fan of. I think my favorite part of the PGF is just how different all the competitors are. From belt ranks to size to experience to gyms. I mean, you've got no-gi guys. You've got guys that train mostly at a gi school. You've got guys that like leg locks. You've got guys that wrestled in college. I mean, the whole collection makes it special. I mean, all the matches and all the competitors look a little bit different. Sometimes at these sub-only shows, you'll see that a lot of the guys just look the same, whether they're just hunting leg locks or they're trying to pass and take the back. A lot of guys are kind of copying that Donahue style, or even the 10th Planet. You're going to see a lot of clinching, a lot of, a lot of stuff like that. But we're getting to see the full grappling, just full grappling arsenal from everybody. I've loved the takedowns. I've loved the passing. I've loved the sweeps just as much as the submissions. I mean, the takedowns have been the thing that have absolutely just blown my mind. I mean, if you would have told me that we've had this many takedowns, that most every match is starting on their feet until there is a takedown, I would have said no way.
Yeah.
I'd have said there's always going to be, most matches, one guy's going to pull guard. And it's wrong.
Right. So hopefully we don't see that double guard pull.
Yeah. The double guard pull is definitely a thing we're trying to avoid. But we're getting the clock ready. These matches are going to begin in a few minutes. As I told you guys a minute ago, we got Robert Autry versus Eric Longar first, and then Noah Randolph versus Elijah Carlton. But, man, I'm telling you, I think some guys, we're going to see a lot of the top-heavy guys like Nilo, Matt Elkins, really get some highlight finishes tonight.
Yeah.
There's some big mismatches.
So, guys, when you vote for Player of the Week, you're going to go to Facebook and go to brandonmc.ninja, the group brandonmc.ninja, and inside that group is going to be the poll for you to vote for Player of the Week. And we'll just go ahead and say that this red and black body armor zipper pullover is going to be the prize for the Player of the Week. So,
yeah, it's sweet. It's an Adidas pullover given to us by Coca-Cola.
Decatur Coca-Cola
It
bottling
looks
company.
sweet, man.
Yeah.
It's really, really sweet. And yes, for all you guys that notice, I do have a pretty gnarly black eye. I received it Wednesday in training. So, yeah, gnarly black eye. But yeah, me and Lindsay, we decided to go with the little bit of a uniform today.
Yes,
we decided to match.
Double phalanx T-shirt.
Yeah. So, we looked at each other, and I was like, I'm not changing. And she was like, I'm not changing either. So we were like, all right, let's do this. But I want to ask you guys, in the comments, just write down what your favorite match of the season so far has been. This is week 6, so a lot of these guys, some of these guys are even halfway through their regular season. I mean, there's quite a few dudes that have had 14 matches so far. So what has been your favorite match of the season? Let us know in the comments, because to me, I mean, that's a huge honor. Like, even just midway through the season, if you could be the guy that's had the best match.
Yeah.
And obviously at the end of the season, like, that's going to be something that I think is really coveted.
So they only get 20 matches, right?
20. Yeah, 20 matches. So, again, some of these guys have 14.
I don't have an extra. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and say thank you to a couple other of our sponsors. Thank you to Matt Viper and Eric Bell for the amazing rash guards, the orange and the blue rash guards. Go to mattviper.com and you can get your own rash guard. He also has some dry fit T-shirts with the PGF logo on there. So go buy and support Matt Viper. We really appreciate Eric and everything that he's done for us. It's done so much for us. We really appreciate him. Also, the Orthopedic Center and Dr. Michael Cantrell. We had him on for a little while at the beginning of last week's broadcast. Scaff has also done a podcast with Dr. Michael Cantrell, and so we really appreciate him. He did the physicals at the Combine, and maybe he might be in for some surprises later on in the season, so we'll just see. But also, Matt Scaff has a podcast where he's been interviewing some of our competitors and our commissioner and our media guy and lots of other guys. So, Scaff, tell us about maybe your last podcast or like
yeah.
maybe.
So if you guys know who Johnny Buck is, Johnny Buck Nasty, he was my last interview. I will say it is explicit. So, if you've got kids, definitely that's the one episode I wouldn't choose to listen to. But, man, Johnny's been one of my dear friends for the past couple of years, a guy that I love to train with. I'm fortunate to get to train with him every couple of months. And, he's done 30 MMA fights. He's one of the last true catch wrestlers. He just won a gnarly CJJ tournament, 8-man tournament where he had 3 matches, and in my opinion, he has the best knockout in CJJ history. His knockout of Clay Malone, who's in our PGF, was, it was brutal.
Yeah.
It was the first one. Nathan Orchard versus Wagner Rocha. Nathan was struggling to get out, but none of those strikes were they didn't look that damaging.
Right.
Nathan wasn't in a good position, but he definitely wasn't hurt. Johnny's looked like they were causing damage.
Yeah.
Like they were
So it was
causing
an
brain
absolute,
damage.
right?
It was an absolute. So, yeah, Johnny outweighs Clay by a good 40,
A
50
lot.
pounds. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, that's the last interview. And I just interviewed today Lonnie Jones. So,
Yeah.
speaking of people that support the PGF, got Lonnie Jones with Grappling with Life, Controlling Your Inside Space. And we had an absolute blast. And this is, seriously, my interview with Lonnie Jones is my favorite episode. Lonnie is fascinating. He does a lot of work with the Huntsville Police Department, specifically with the SWAT team. He's been a counselor for 30 years. He speaks all over the country and is just a guy that you want in your corner. Like, he's a guy you want as a mentor, and he's helped me a lot throughout my journey. He's a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he's just an all-around, honestly, maybe the best dude I know.
Yeah. He's a great addition to the gym, to any atmosphere that you're in. He's amazing. I love to hear him speak. I would find out where he was going to be in the area and just go to wherever he was speaking. I just love to hear him talk. It's amazing. I love his analogies and his explanations of things. And he really breaks it down onto a level where you can really understand it and apply it, actually. So the book is amazing. You guys should really check it out. It's on Amazon. I think it's like $7 on Amazon. So Grappling with Life, Controlling Your Inside Space, Lonnie Jones. You guys pick up a copy of that.
Yeah, it's a great book, and Lonnie really wanted something to give something back to the grappling community. So it's really important, I think, that we continue as fans of grappling to support grappling ventures, and obviously there's very few grappling books or any books that kind of deal with or talk about grappling exclusively, or especially on the mental health side, or kind of dealing with life. Like, if you're going through a divorce or you're having trouble with your parents or whatever, check out Lonnie's book, because you might be able to relate to it better than another self-help book. So definitely check it out.
Yes. Also, thank you to McDojo Life Podcast with Wallow J, Chris, and Miggy. And they always put on a YouTube video of them picking their fantasy league picks right before our broadcast. So if you have any questions about, maybe you're new to the PGF and you hadn't seen any of the other weeks yet, and you were wondering, who you should pick. Okay, so definitely tune in to those guys, McDojo Life Podcast, and watch them. Tune in to see who they are picking.
Man, I really want to see, what I'd love to see happen is somehow we can just bet $1. Nothing crazy. I don't want to bet $50, on the PGF.
Yeah.
But I would love to just everyone throw $1 into a pot or $2 into a pot. And, yeah, we just bet.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And the top 3 people get, get a payout.
Yeah.
Depending
and I
on
can
how many
take all
points
y'all's
they score.
money. Sorry, go ahead.
So there we go. Lindsay thinking about money again. But, yeah, anyways, getting ready to start. For you guys that just joined us, we're starting off the night with Robert Autry versus Eric Longar. Robert Autry, the white belt from Montgomery Martial Arts. He weighed in. Let me see here. What did Robert Autry? So Robert Autry's 156. He's on the smaller side, and he's going against Eric Longar, who's also in the 150s. So it's cool, man. I love seeing the huge mismatches. You know, anytime you've got a guy like, let's say, Elijah or Matt Anderson, the guys that are in the 190s, 5, you know, like they're having to maybe even cut a few pounds to make 195.
Yeah.
I like seeing them go against the Josh Daddarios, the smaller guys.
Yeah.
The David versus Goliath.
Yeah.
I don't think we've really had any. Have we had any major upsets of small guy beating big guy yet?
Well, I mean, yes, I've announced the makeup games. Okay. Is it not the same as this?
So we are going to have a bunch of makeup games tonight. We're getting the confirmed list, so I'll go ahead and read that again. So Caleb Mcallister versus Noah Randolph. And these do count towards the fantasy. So, again, you can still change your fantasy picks, but we got Caleb Mcallister versus Noah Randolph. Elijah Carlton versus Casey, the blue belt from 10th Planet Muscle Shoals. We got Mike Johnson versus Dennis, the 10th Planet Decatur white belt. We got Casey again, so he's got 2 makeup matches versus Mike Ritchie, the strongest guy. I don't know, man. Him and Matt Anderson are the 2 strongest dudes by far in the PGF. We got Robert Autry versus Kanan Brooks. We got Caleb Mcallister again versus Mike Johnson. And then we have the last one, Seth Tatum versus Kanan Brooks. So Kanan's got 5 matches tonight.
Ooh.
So,
He's
got 4 matches.
2 there, and I guess he's just have 2.
So, yeah, him and Noah Randolph have a long day. They've got a bunch of matches coming up.
Okay. I'm also excited that Kevin's back. Kevin's had a couple of weeks off, but I'm excited to see Kevin competing again. Although one of his matches was Lewis Collins. It didn't show up.
So it's not too late to change your pick from Kevin. I mean, something's going to happen. Lightning's going to strike.
Kevin.
He's not going to have any matches tonight. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah. I don't know that I would be super surprised.
If all 3 of his opponents didn't show up tonight, he should just quit. He should just quit the season.
Poor Kevin.
Yeah.
He's fine. He'll be fine.
We think.
Yeah. But I'm excited I always like watching Kevin compete.
Well, and what I will say about Kevin, he's used all his off time to pick the best fantasy squads.
That's true. He's
number
used 1.
All his time. He's gotten the inside info as being a competitor, and he's been using that, talking to the other competitors, and he's number 1 by 10 points.
1.
I mean, he's crushing it.
Yeah.
He's got a big lead. I mean, he killed it last week. The team he picked, really shocked me. I wasn't thinking at all what he was thinking.
Yeah.
And he got the maximum points. He had the best squad last week.
Did he? I don't even know.
He did.
Who he picked. I didn't even look. I was just so proud of my picks. Okay. Brandon's announcing the makeup matches to the guys.
Yeah, so you guys keep sharing, keep liking. Keep sharing, though. That's the main thing. We're getting ready to start these matches, and I promise you, we are about to see maybe the most submissions in one night in professional, the PGF history.
Okay, so how many draws?
I'm going to say less than 5. I'm going to say there's going to be 3 draws.
3 draws. I'm writing it down.
That's a huge. I'm going way out on a limb. I mean, 3 draws. I'm saying there's only going to be 3 draws.
I don't know. Sometimes you pull out your profit side and you make good calls.
Yeah, Matt the Prophet Scaff. That's what some of the people are calling me.
Is that your fighter name?
No, it's definitely not my fighter name.
That's your broadcaster name.
Yeah, that's my broadcaster name.
All right. Let's thank Subconscious Studios and Conscious Keelan for all of the amazing camera angles. Guys, you see these matches better than we do. You are able to see all of the angles, and we're just stationary in one place. So if you ever need any kind of media work, make sure that you contact Subconscious Studios or Conscious Keelan. He is amazing.
Man, his Coke commercial was fantastic.
I know.
It's just unbelievable. Like when I see his work, it really is mind blowing. Just how good he's gotten. Because like I would have thought like a professional Coke team did that ad.
Yeah. Well, I think the Frank Troop, the guy that he did it for, was like, "Where'd you get all that? Like, where'd you get that footage from?" And he was like, "No, I made that."
Yeah,
So,
like it's so good. Like you just like, where'd you get that? Where'd you steal that from? And it's
Right.
like, no, I made that. It's
and
really
it was
awesome.
just in a room. So he took a picture of like he stepped back a few steps and like took a picture of the setup and everything, and it was just like, "Oh, that is so cool!" Like, just never would have thought of setting that stuff up like that. And he told me about some of the stuff, like about some of the ice cubes weren't real, or like he sprayed them with like, instead of spraying them with water, he sprayed them with oil and stuff. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, I never would have thought about any of that stuff. So super cool stuff. Also, make sure that you are checking out Brandon's free online course. It's nogihelper.com. Okay, no dash or anything. NOGI, nogihelper.com. It is how to stop getting crushed from the bottom. So if you guys are beginners and you are stuck at the bottom of mount, make sure that you are checking that out. Also, advanced belts, it's a great refresher on your framing systems especially. So make sure that you are checking that out. Get that for free. nogihelper.com. Okay, Scaff, tell us how you get points here at the PGF.
Yeah, let's talk about that. The PGF, there's only 2 ways to get points. Choke, you get 7 points. We're calling that a kill. So if you hear us say kill, oh, you got to kill, it means you got to choke. A break is what we're calling a joint lock, and you get 3 points. So the choke is 7, break is 3. And we're really seeing that's affected the standings tremendously. I mean, there isn't a better example of that than with Jonathan Roberts. I mean, Jonathan Roberts, one of the 4 undefeated athletes, and he and Elijah are the only 2 guys, they finished all their matches. I mean, Jonathan Roberts, halfway through a season, 10 matches, 10 subs. Incredible. Now, he does have the gauntlet coming up. He's got a lot. I mean, he's got Nilo, Elijah, Caleb. I cannot wait for those matches. But anyways, he's only at 34 points. And so there's a bunch of guys. I mean, Matt Harrison's a great example. I mean, Matt Harrison's lost 3 matches and then tied 5. But he's got 6 more points.
Because of a triangle choke.
Yes.
He's finishing
No,
the
excuse me.
chokes.
He's got 7 more points. So he's 1 choke ahead of Jonathan Roberts. Purely just because his favorite weapon has been chokes, the triangle choke. So it definitely plays a big part. Draws, both competitors receive 0. So, look, if you lose, you get 0. Draw 0. So you might as well go for it. And I think we've seen a little bit, guys playing a little bit more reserved the last 2 weeks. The first couple of weeks, guys were guns a-blazing. They were trying to get those points. Now some of the guys, I think, have kind of settled into a mindset of they don't want to get tapped. So we'll see if the play opens up. I just felt some of the guys were just a little bit more reserved. But it's like, look, man, you're going to get 0 points regardless. But a lot of guys, they take this kind of moral victory if they don't get tapped or, if they take a guy to a draw. And I understand that. I totally understand that. Especially as a guy that's competed, I understand, like, that thought process. But at the same time, you're not winning fans that way.
Right.
You're not gaining notoriety. You want to be the guy that, like Gary Tonin. When he wins, it's fantastic, and when he loses, it's fantastic.
It's still fantastic.
Yeah.
He's going to go flying across the mat. Like, he's going to do something amazing.
No such thing as a boring Gary Tonin match.
No.
And to me, especially as like an announcer, as a guy watching, as a fan, those are the guys I want to watch. I want you to pay those guys more, win or lose, than a guy that, this guy's undefeated, or this guy hasn't lost in 3 years.
Right.
But he's also, doesn't try to pass guard, or if he gets past, he doesn't open up. He doesn't show his best jiu-jitsu. So yeah, we'll see tonight. Just again, I felt like guys were playing a little bit more reserved, especially like last week. But we'll see.
I agree. But it's also tempting once you know a player's game and you're trying to stay out of the closed guard. So you're tempted to pass on the outside, and you kind of end up dancing around the outside and not really engaging. So I think that's also true.
Yeah, it's definitely easy. And especially, if you're a blue belt and your coach is watching, and you take a brown belt to a draw, I mean, that's a huge, like, hey, coach, look at me. You know, that's a big win for you. But as a fan and as a commentator, it's like, no, we're here for the subs.
Right.
Either get subbed or get the sub.
That's right.
Get off the mat, get out of here as quick as possible. But we're starting with Robert Autry versus Eric Longar. We got the white belt from Montgomery Martial Arts in the blue, and then we got Eric Longar in the orange rash guard. He is a brown belt. He immediately tries to snap down. And as I said last week, watch who's getting the bigger reactions. You saw Eric with that snap down, got a big reaction out of Robert. Robert felt it. He pulled guard. He's in the knee shield. And this is where Eric thrives, when he gets on top and he can start working his side-to-side passing. He has some of my favorite passing of anybody in the PGF. He's already won the underhook. Robert trying to, play like a knee shield, kind of reverse De La Hiva. But Eric's doing a great job of just keeping Robert's head lifted, and that's going to make the guy on bottom more tired.
520.
Crunching him up a little bit, making it a little bit harder to breathe, constantly keeping head control. He's in on the leg drag. Beautiful leg drag to dope mount right there. He's already into the arm triangle, and this is tight. He's facing
5 minutes.
Robert's that hand came up the tap, and there it is. He didn't quite answer the phone. He tried to, but his hand was a little bit out of position. I mean, nice. Eric, that was beautiful. Leg drag, dope mount, and just sneaks it in. I mean, he popped on that arm triangle almost immediately when he got to mount. And I love the angle he took. So you saw his outside shoulder went towards the mat. Guys, you don't want to stay square with, like, shoulder square when you're finishing that arm triangle. You want your outside shoulder facing the mat, or going towards the mat, I should say. So you saw his right shoulder touching the mat. That makes his chest face the shoulder so he can get better squeeze. Technical, beautifully technical arm triangle, and I expect nothing less from a Casey Halstead brown belt, because Casey's got maybe the best arm triangle in 10th Planet. So, beautiful performance.
All right. Who's up next?
There we go, man. I'm just 1 for 1. That was an awesome performance. So, Noah Randolph versus Elijah Carlton. Noah Randolph, the blue belt from 10th Planet Decatur. Elijah Carlton, the brown belt from Agogi. And Elijah's everyone's pick to win this thing. I mean, I think most guys, if you polled, the hundreds and thousands of fans of the PGF, right, Elijah's pretty much the runaway to finish number 1 during the regular season and then sub everybody in this sub-only no time limit tournament at the end.
What about next season?
What do you mean?
He's interested in being in the next season, right? But we're going to give somebody a title at the tournament, right? We're going to do a 4-man.
It's too early. I'd have to see the names. I mean, there's obviously going to be a lot more challenges for him just because of the size difference, Yeah. I mean, this is a match where he's outweighing Noah by 25 pounds, also has years of experience on him. These guys have rolled a bunch. I mean, Elijah's come up, trained at 10th Planet Decatur. He's a part of our extended family. We love him. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes, man. And Elijah immediately pulls guard. He's really been trying to work on his wrestling, so I'm really shocked he pulled guard that quick. This is where Noah's strongest. I wonder if he was like, man, I want the toughest match possible with Noah. And so he's like, I'm going to pull and try and sweep him. Really nice. Noah does a great job of avoiding the leg lock, but he turned, and when he did, Elijah came up, took the back, and he's already got one arm in. He's going to get that rear naked choke. That was just beautiful.
523.
His left arm's in position. I just heard a bit of a gasp. I'm sure you guys heard it too. The choking his arms in. But, man, Noah survives. Incredible. Elijah switches arms, and he's squeezing. Noah's trying to push on the elbow. He's going belly down.
5 minutes.
This is tight, man. Noah's barely surviving. I mean, from here, he looks like his whole face is red.
450.
Man, you can hear the breathing, and Noah's somehow surviving. Oh, my gosh. That was incredible. But Elijah pops in a triangle. Noah he just rested a little too soon. He stopped. It was like he was so proud of himself for surviving that choke. Stopped. Elijah popped the triangle. And man, beautiful work from Noah Randolph, though.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yes, he survived.
I can't believe he survived.
I wouldn't have thought that he would have survived.
Yeah, I mean, he survived 2 rear naked chokes. I mean, 1 fully locked. Now, he did have his left hand in the choke, so he was just getting enough space. I mean, you could hear him breathing, though, right? I mean, he could barely breathe. And I wonder if Elijah, he was squeezing hard. It was really cool, though. We saw Elijah, I don't want to say he let Noah go, but he probably did a lot of squeezing right there. Noah won an angle, and Elijah decided to switch the attack up. Yeah. And once Noah squared up, popped up, got his posture back, Elijah popped that triangle on immediately and then punched in his fist. Got the tap. Beautiful.
Okay, so next match is going to be one of our makeup matches, Seth versus Kanan.
Yeah, so Kanan, he's going to have a tough night tonight. Just because he hasn't been able to train. It's been a couple of weeks since he's trained. He hasn't obviously competed. He missed the last 2 weeks with the bye week. So I think this is going to be a tough match for Kanan. His cardio is not going to be where it needs to be. And, Seth is relentless with his attacks.
So
Kanan, he really needs to get a quick sub. He needs to find a way onto the legs quickly. If he can get the sub in under 2 minutes, that's his path to victory. If it starts going past that 2-minute mark, I think Seth's going to drown him.
What's going to be his best path to pass?
To pass, we've seen Seth's guard get passed multiple times, and it's just the recipe to beat Seth is to force him to pull guard and then just pass on the outside. Whether you're doing cartwheel passes, hop over passes, do not engage by passing straight through the middle. Hajer, when he was a part of the league, we're talking about a 4th-degree black belt that's been training for 25 years, and Seth popped a triangle on him. And he never got too close to the finish, but, man, that triangle setup was black belt level. It definitely caught Hajer off guard. So
we had a question, will there be a 200-pound league from Teddy?
So this is the 200-pound league. This is, if you mean over 200 pounds, there's going to be a 225 and under. So that's the next 32-man league is going to be 225 and under. So if you're interested, Teddy, contact BMAC. We would love to have you.
Yes.
Yeah. We got Kanan Brooks here. He's got the custom shorts on. He's got the endo shorts on. These guys are both 10th Planet Decatur blue belts, and Kanan did exactly what he needed to do. Pull guard, tried to get in on the legs. Seth doing a great job, though. Heavy and sprawled out right there. This is the position Kanan wants to be in. He's got that Craig Jones. He's got that underhook. He's trying to spin underneath, but, Seth just locked that down. He sprawled his hips back, got control of the head, and he's already passed into mount.
528.
Interesting. So, Kanan.
Ooh, he's got that arm inside.
Really good job. Yeah, Kanan does a really good job of sweeping, getting to mount, but or sweeping the position. But it looks like Seth just took the bottom position so he could put on this triangle choke. And, man, like you said, almost immediately Seth gets there, gets wrist control, wins that position, gets the triangle, and gets a quick tap. Yeah. So there we go,
Seth's
2 for
tough.
2.
What's Seth ranked?
A blue belt.
What's he? No, on the
Seth is number 4. So Matt Elkins passed him last week. But now he's number 3. He just passed Matt. He's officially the 3rd player in the PGF over 50 points. So there's 3 guys. Seth Tatum, 51 points. We got Nilo at 55, and Elijah's over 60 now. He's at 66. Wow. So those guys are running away from it. The Eastern Conference, there's a huge gap between the top 4 and everybody else. In the Western Conference, though, there's a lot of guys that still have a chance to finish in the top 3.
Yeah. And how many matches has Elijah had?
So Elijah has 13. It really hurt him missing those 2 matches. Nilo's probably the favorite to win or be the number 1 seed overall. Like, he's probably going to win the Eastern Conference just because he hasn't missed any of his matches. I mean, Elijah obviously beat him, but he only got 3 points off of that win. So,
Egghead saying, and when is Seth going to become a purple belt? We don't know.
Yeah.
Promotions are usually long overdue here at 10th Planet Decatur instead of too early. So it's more of a, it's about time than a, oh, I don't know, maybe that shouldn't happen yet. So Brandon likes to let him cook for a while.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not even sure how long Seth's been training off the top of my head. Probably like 2.5, coming on 3 years.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up.
So he hasn't been a blue belt that long. But, I mean, you can't argue with the results.
No, for sure. Okay, so our next match should be Michael Libby and Clay Malone. Is the audio better? Is the volume better, guys?
Michael Libby.
We actually did 5 promotions last night, so Seth didn't get promoted.
Clay Malone.
2 purple belts and 3 blue belts? Is that what we did?
Yes, 2 purples, 3 blues. So here we go. We got Clay Malone from Triad Martial Arts in the blue. He is a blue belt. And then we've got Michael Libby in the orange from 10th Planet O'Fallon. This is, man, Michael Libby has impressed me the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He has been on fire. He's really shown his jiu-jitsu. I'm
rubber
really
guard.
excited to see Michael Libby this week because he 2 weeks ago, he looked much better than his first 2 weeks in the PGF, and then last week his performance was even better. He's got a great rubber guard. He's got some really slick leg lock entries. I mean, that leg lock entry hit off of the reverse de la Riva into the 411 position was beautiful. And here we see Clay. He's doing this to everybody. He's getting that double clinch back there, grabbing that Muay Thai and just hanging on dudes and just snapping them down hard.
5:20.
Almost a minute into the match. Haven't seen too much.
Five minutes.
Neither guy has a big advantage on the feet. I mean, we're not seeing like big reactions. Oh, Michael tries a sacrifice throw, and he's already in on the heel hook. He's in that reposition, but man, I just heard a foot pop. A really slick lens lock right there. And Michael's in on the heel hook again. Clay rolls, but really nice counter by Clay. Man, I heard a pop from there. I heard 2 pops. I'm sure you guys did too. I mean, those were 2 really loud pops. And Michael just ate it. Michael's in the closed guard now, and he's had some of the best rubber guard plays of anybody in the PGF so far. So I really would like to see a little bit of laughing right here. And Clay, man, he likes to post on the throat. He really likes to make the guy uncomfortable on bottom. And in
4
some
minutes.
tournaments, that's illegal. You can't post on the throat. Like in IBJJF, you can't post on the throat. But that's all good in the PGF. And you have to respect that. I mean, it's funny. Like, you don't think that's that effective. You're like, oh, man, he just posted on the throat. Like, dude, it's super uncomfortable, especially a guy's on top. He's got his weight properly distributed, hands through your throat. I mean, those straight arms are really applying a lot of pressure, and it's choking you. It is choking you.
3:30.
If you don't address them, it will choke you. Clay stands up, though, and you could tell Michael didn't like the hands in the throat. I mean, he really opened up his guard, and a lot of that was product to Clay posting on the throat. Clay passes on the outside. He's in a good side. Look at that shoulder pressure right there, just really turning and driving Michael's face. Michael wants to face. He's got a good frame, or he did have a good frame, but he's trying to address that shoulder. He does not like that shoulder in him. But once you let go of your frames,
3 minutes.
Michael moved his frame, and it's tough to put it back in. Clay tries to mount, and Michael does a great job of just shrimping, finding his guard again, and he's in the de la Rivas. But Clay's in on the straight ankle lock, and he gets the tap. He's got a brutal straight ankle lock because Michael, man, didn't tap to the lens lock. And that lens lock caused a couple of pops. But, man, Clay hunts that straight ankle lock. He uses that Shudo-style grip. It's really powerful looking. Michael tried to roll out, but you just can't roll out of a good straight ankle lock. And if the guy gets belly down, like we saw Clay, he was trending belly down, that's when the pops and especially the break can really get bad.
Make sure you're going to pgfhome.com to look at the schedule. And like I said, guys, we do have some makeup matches that we're including in some spaces in the schedule. So if you see a match going on that's not on the schedule, that is why. Those are makeup matches. But for the rest of the matches, pgfhome.com. And if you're hearing Scaff and I talk about the top 8 or how many points a certain player has, those are on pgfhome.com. So make sure you're keeping up with us there.
So there we go. We're 3 for 3, and all the matches there's been no feeling out. I mean, we saw maybe a little bit of a feeling out process in this match, and right when it hit the ground, I mean, it was all action. So beautiful, beautiful work.
Yeah.
Next match, we got Nilo versus Dallas Sharp, and this is a tough match for Dallas. And as I told you guys in the beginning, there's a lot of missed matches tonight. A lot of brown versus blue belt, black belt versus blue belt. So it's going to be a tough night, I think, for a lot of these white and blue belts.
That's okay. That makes for some awesome highlights.
Yeah,
sometimes.
well, there's awesome highlights, and also, I mean, these are what the blue belts want. I mean, a chance to make a name for themselves, a chance. Because when there is a big mismatch, that's also when the underdog can truly shine. The underdog can really, again, make the crowd cheer and gain a lot of fans. I mean, I'm hoping to see a really big upset tonight.
Egghead's talking more trash. He's coming to get my spot.
How many points back is he from you?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe only a couple. Let me know, Egghead. How many do I have ahead of you right now?
Danilo Bergener.
So we got Nilo from, he's the brown belt from Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu versus Dallas Sharp, the blue belt from 10 Planet Decatur. And Dallas already has 1 brown belt scalp on his resume. I mean, if he can get 2, talk about a season. He get into season right here and like, man, I sub 2 brown belts.
Right.
But this is going to be, you talk about fast-paced, acrobatic, explosive. This match is going to be awesome. And we've seen Nilo, he pulls guard and likes to wrestle up. As I say that, man, we see him again try and pull. Oh, man, this match is crazy. Dallas really needs to try and slow this match down. I would really recommend Dallas try and find a guard somewhere. He needs to find his breath right here. Nilo's on top in the north-south position.
5:30.
He's looking to get that choking arm deeper. Dallas has his left arm in. Or no, excuse me, his right arm. So the north-south, he's got both arms in now. So the north-south's not really an option. But we're going to see Nilo possibly use that to take a mounted guillotine. As I say that, though, he transitions. He's in the knee on belly and just driving good pressure. I mean, Nilo can feel, too. He wants to keep Dallas flat. He felt the movement.
5 minutes.
Nilo hunting that north-south. Really nice inversion right there by Dallas to get one of his knees in, trying to get the other. He needs to be careful pushing right there. Nilo's going to try an arm lock if he extends his arms too much. Man, really nice job by Dallas finding his guard, but Nilo right back in on the passing. I would really recommend, man, Dallas needs to either stand or he needs to get some type of clinching guard. You do not want Nilo just free range. Beautiful. Excellent. Man, I love how he just countered that Eminari right there.
420.
Sprawled and all, man, beautiful. Just sprawled right past the guard. He's in on a deep side control. He's got the legs bound up so Dallas can't turn in and find his guard again. He's not going to be able to invert. And Nilo's trying to expose the back. Man, 2 minutes in. This match feels like it's been already 6 minutes. There's just been so much action. Dallas almost, he needs to get those knees back on the inside position.
$3:45.
So, it's going to be a back or an arm lock exposure. I mean, that's what Nilo's playing for. We see Dallas. He's got his arms in. He's breathing hard, though. I mean, he's trying to keep Nilo's pace, and Nilo's honestly not breathing at all.
3:30.
Yeah, as Dallas tried to bump, he exposed his neck, and Nilo's in, trying to get that mounted guillotine, and that's deep. He's going to get that tap. He's got that high elbow. Beautiful mounted guillotine. It's interesting, man. You see Nilo put that high elbow in, and that hand, you can just see the guy's hand start to trend towards, hey, this match is over. I need to get out of here.
Raising up.
If not, I'm going to sleep.
So Egghead says he heard my picks for the Fantasy League, and his are better.
What?
Egghead said he heard my picks for the Fantasy League, and his are already better, so he knows that
Okay.
he's going to win.
Okay. Well, I'm rooting for you, Egghead. Lindsay needs to come back down to earth. Man, Nilo's pace, I just heard Dallas say, oh, my God. Like, he keeps a high pace, and Nilo just outpaced him.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is because Nilo ended up on top. I mean, we saw him start off, tried to get the arm drag, sat with the arm drag. That created an off balance, and he came up into the double on top and then just relentlessly passed. And Dallas tried to keep up. I think Dallas moved a little too much, though. There were times he was trying to invert a little bit too much at the beginning, and he needed to find a way to slow Nilo down. I mean, you want to beat Nilo, you need to find a way to slow him down. You got to.
Yeah. He came in at a furious pace there. He was just trying to get Dallas to the side. He's got some other things to take care of.
Yeah. Yeah, he was trying to get Dallas out of there quick.
Right.
And so next match, we got Matt Elkins versus Kanan Brooks. And we've already seen Kanan. I mean, I liked Kanan's strategy in his first match. I mean, he knew his path to victory against Seth was the leg lock. And he entered into a nice shin-to-shin guard, but Seth was very well aware. I mean, these guys train together, and Seth knows, hey, Kanan's path to victory is through the legs. Seth did a great job sprawling, passes the guard, and just a beautiful triangle choke finish from the bottom. But man, he's got a tough match again against Matt Elkins. I mean, Matt Elkins him, Nilo, Elijah, and Caleb are probably my four favorites. They're probably my top 4 seeds, I should say, of everybody in the PGF. So Matt Elkins has been on fire. We got 21 points last week, and as I told you guys in the beginning, I'm expecting 21 more from the Elkins, the main.
Okay. So you picked him for your fantasy team?
I think everybody picked him for their fantasy team. I mean, he's coming off a 21-point performance, and then looking at his schedule this week, you're expecting 21 more.
Okay. I think I had him down for 14. I wasn't quite sure about the third one. I'm not going to tell him that, though. But you're saying 21. He wins all 3 by choke.
Oh, yeah. All 3 by choke.
All right.
I mean, he might be the best choker of anyone in this tournament. I think he has the best front headlock game, from anacondas to darces to guillotines. And that's obviously a huge advantage.
Yeah, because he had a guillotine against Matt Anderson last week.
Real
that
quick.
Was amazing.
Yeah, and that's a match that a lot of people, we're expecting kind of a war, these two guys to stand, and he sat. I mean, Matt Anderson was fully expecting for this to be a wrestling match. Like, he was going to have to use some of his judo. Matt Elkins sat. That really threw Matt Anderson off. Matt just ducked that head, or Anderson ducked that head a little too low. Elkins got up and just beautiful guillotine.
Womp, womp, womp. Super chat from Brandon Gamble. Appreciate you, Brandon Gamble. And womp, womp, womp. Super chat from Wallow J. We appreciate you, Wallow J, and McDojo Live Podcast.
So, got to catch my buddy Kai Johnson up. We've had 4 matches so far tonight, Kai, and we are 4-4 with 4 matches for 4 matches. All have ended in submission. So we're 100% so far. We saw Eric Longar.
That's 5.
Excuse me. That was 5 because I forgot about the makeup match. So we saw Seth Tatum hit a beautiful triangle choke on Kanan Brooks. We saw Clay Malone hit a savage straight ankle lock on Michael Libby. That's the only break of the night. Then we had Nilo just finish Dallas Sharp with a beautiful mounted guillotine. We had Elijah Carlton finish a modified triangle choke. Really punched that fist into the throat and got a gnarly tap. But, man, you need to go back and watch it. Any of you guys missed that match between Noah and Elijah, you need to watch Noah survive 2 fully locked in rear naked chokes. I mean, and he was gasping. You could hear it from probably 30, 40 yards away. I mean, you could hear him just dying for breath, and he survived.
Yeah.
He
Somehow.
survived. And then Eric Longar choked Robert Autry. So there we go. Caught you guys up. And we've got Matt Elkins, the main. Matt Elkins giving a little bit of talk to Kanan, telling him that he wanted to sit first. Kanan sat, and he's looking to invert and get in on the legs. But Matt Elkins, man, you see he's already got head control. Turns, already in the mount position, and it's looking bad again for Kanan. I'm liking Kanan's initial starts to these matches, but he's just not doing a good job of defending his guard. He's making it too easy for them to get hip control, and then from the hip control, they're just passing right to mount.
523.
Matt's going to look for that mounted triangle. He's already got the hand pinned. I say that as he tries to take the back. Oh, and he's in on that guillotine, and this is his move. He's in the anaconda now, and he's going to get that tap. This is tight. He's on his side. This is textbook.
5
He's using
minutes.
that leg, walking in, and he's going to get the finish. Beautiful anaconda by Matt Elkins. It's like I call these things sometimes,
I know.
you know. Like,
Every match has ended in a choke except for one so far.
I know, but I was just talking about his anaconda game, his
You were.
guillotine anaconda game.
You were. You called him for 21 points.
I called him for 21.
Okay, we got a couple of super chats. Womp, womp, womp. Super chat from Kai Johnson. We really appreciate you and all your help on this super chat, being a moderator and everything you do. We really appreciate you,
Yeah, that's
Kai.
why to catch him up, I gave him the special catch up.
That's right. And womp, womp, womp. Super chat from Anthony Boy. He's been looking forward to it. He's saying Elkins for 21 and Jonathan Roberts too. So I'm assuming
Man,
that's Jonathan Roberts for 21
Does
points.
anybody have more fans than Elkins and Roberts? Like that Birmingham crew, they roll deep, man.
Maybe the Scarecrow.
That's true. That's true. The Scarecrow runs deep as well.
That's-
I mean, those are
that
definitely
Jiu-Jitsu
the
group.
three guys that have the deepest fan base.
Yeah, but Matt Elkins and Jonathan Roberts probably have the most vocal fans on the chat.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, Scarecrow of Doom, not without his fan base.
yeah. That's a beautiful anaconda that I loved. He tacked the guillotine, and you saw Kanan try and roll to his back, left his arm exposed. Once that arm gets caught up in that anaconda, it's so difficult to get back. I mean, very difficult. Elkins was a little shallow, so he had to walk in. You saw him trying to walk in to break Kanan's posture, but, man, I mean, it was deep. The execution was perfect at the end, and we saw a beautiful anaconda choke.
Nice. All right, up next, I'm assuming it's Stephen Mitchell and Josh Daddario.
So there we go. This is actually one of the most fun matches of the night. This is one that I've picked out as like, this is going to be a really fun match.
Stephen Mitchell.
So we got the Gray Goose, Stephen Mitchell, coming out here.
Is it Grey Goose or Mongoose? He changes it up.
Josh Daddario.
And then we got Josh Daddario. So Josh has had a great season as well. He's had 2 standing heel hooks. Stephen is one of the hardest guys, though, at 10th Planet Decatur to leg lock. So we got the purple belt from 10th Planet Decatur in the spats, and then we've got Josh Daddario with the beautiful man bun. I was going to say on the right, but I'm not sure how you guys are seeing it. Yeah, I guess it would be the right because Keelan's facing. But anyways, Steven said he's going to wrestle. Like, he's really looking to add wrestling. That's what he's got from the PGF so far, is that, hey, I'm one of the smaller guys here, and I need to make sure that when we end up on the ground, we end up on the ground on my terms.
540.
So we see an arm drag attempt. Steven definitely looks more comfortable on his feet. Yeah, right as I say that, Josh sits to guard. He was using a lot of energy. He was trying a lot of different fakes, but nothing of substance. And I think he just like, look, I need to get where I'm comfortable, sits to guard, and Steven's on top passing.
510.
We've seen Josh play some really good De La Rivas. He's got a good sitting posture right now. Steven steps to the inside, and he's right in on that reverse De La Riva knee shield variation. He's got control of the head and control of the wrist, but Steven, man, doing a great job. He knows Josh wants to get underneath, whether it's the kiss of the dragon or into a leg lock. And he's doing a great job of just staying heavy on the hips right there, not giving him any space, and he's trying to forward knee slice out of it. Josh has got a good clinch right there.
437.
So Steven, oh, really nice Toriando pass attempt right there. Josh, though, has got a really good guard. He's in on the De La Hiva. And he's really doing a good job of controlling Steven's movement so far. Tries a Lachlan Giles style entry on the legs from the De La Hiva. Tries the idiot sweep. I like that. Steven, though, really good base right there. And, oh, excellent pass right there. That was gorgeous. Steven needs to stay past the guard. I would like to see him go to north-south right here.
345.
There we go, though. He clears the bottom knee, and he's in on a pass. He's 340 to work, and that was just calculated. Beautiful work by Steven. And I liked what Josh was throwing at him. I mean, really trying to off-balance him, showing some good De La Hivas, tries an idiot sweep, but Steven just rides it, floats it until he gets the guard pass. Into the knee on belly, clears the bottom knee, and we're seeing Steven now on top. He's in the side control position he wants to be, and I think he's thinking about a back take right here.
310.
There's 310 in. Oh, really nice. Steven in on a underhook guillotine. I like that combo right there when guys try and turn in. You've got the choice of the spinning arm lock, or if they get too aggressive coming up, you can shoot for the guillotine. Steven, though, opts to let go of that guillotine grip, and he's really focusing on that underhook.
244.
Really nice job inverting, and he pops a triangle on Steven. Excellent job. But Steven's already got his posture, and he brings both elbows through.
225.
Man, that was a beautiful pop triangle right there. Steven was just a little too far away. Steven does a great job again of just forcing his way, making sure Josh can't get that triangle position. He's stepping through again. Nice tripod sweep
2
attempt.
minutes.
And we're seeing Josh play his preferred guard right here, that reverse De La Hiva knee shield, and he's underneath, and he's into the Kiss of the Dragon. Man, Josh has got a really nice Kiss of the Dragon. Minute 50, Steven looks at the clock. I wonder if he's going to start thinking about switching to the legs, because he's definitely the stronger leg locker. As I say that, he switches to the legs. He's already in on the reap, and that's a beautiful reap, and he's got the heel. And he gets the tap. A beautiful heel hook by Steven Mitchell. That's a big win for him. And Josh looked great in that match.
Is that Steven's first win?
No. He's had a couple wins.
How many points does Steven
From the
have?
first season. I believe he's got 10.
Okay. So that makes 13.
Let me see here. Where is Steven? Yes. No, he's at 10 now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, Steven Mitchell, man, beautiful heel hook. That was an aggressive reap. I mean, when you're going for the reap like that, you saw how Steven weaved in that reaping hook, and it stopped Josh's roll. Josh tried to turn and roll. He knew what to do. He tried to turn and roll, but he was caught up. He had his hips locked because of that reap position, and Steven finished an almost, I mean, when he starts going belly down right there, that makes that outside heel hook that much more vicious. Beautiful technique by Steven Mitchell. Steven should be super happy with that. I mean, and Josh should too. Josh had a great match as well. I mean, that pop triangle was slick. I didn't see it coming.
You can put it here. So there's not another match on the schedule until 7:10, and I don't have a watch, so I don't know what time it actually is. So I'm assuming that we're going to do 6:45. So I'm assuming that we're going to do another makeup match. Caleb versus Noah.
So Noah Randolph, the 16-year-old blue belt. First match, Elijah Carlton. Second match, hey, we're gonna throw Caleb Mcallister at you. So welcome to the jungle.
Right.
Welcome to the jungle, blue belt.
Yeah.
So
Noah, yeah.
So,
Tough night.
Tough night for the young kid.
Yeah. He's also got Mike Ritchie.
And Moises.
Joe Kai.
And
Moises?
Moises.
He's
Think
got
so.
5?
Thought people were saying he had Moises too, but we'll see.
So, okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. One match at a time.
Yeah, the Gray Goose is going to stick. I like that nickname a lot.
Great Goose.
Yeah, that's the one. So, man, there we go, man. Steven gets a new nickname as well as a beautiful heel hook finish. I mean, that's what the PGF is about. It's about making names, especially new nicknames.
New nicknames.
So we're 6 for 6. 6 matches, 6 ups.
All right.
Caleb Mcallister.
I think we're about to be 7 for 7.
Yeah.
And so-
Moises is on bye.
Moises is on bye.
Noah
My bad, egghead.
Yeah, he's on there.
So there we go, man. Caleb Mcallister is back from Virginia, and he's going against the young Noah Randolph, the blue belt from 10th Planet Decatur. So we see Noah. He's in the black and neon shorts. Both guys wearing orange rash guards. Caleb also has the curly hair. And, man, he looks focused. I think we're going to see a quick double leg attempt right here. If Noah gets on his heels, we're going to see a double leg. Caleb's been very aggressive and showing some really good wrestling in the PGF so far. Noah's standing a little too flat-footed right there. And Caleb comes in, hits that single, and he's getting ready to go into a leg drag. Uses it to pass, and Caleb's already in the north-south position. Caleb looking for that north-south choke. Noah, though, does a great job getting his arm in position to move Caleb's face, and that's one of the best north-south choke defenses. You just push on that face, force him to move, and Caleb's already got the underhook, looking to switch to the Kimura, and we're going to see a scissor choke right here.
507.
Noah does a great job, though, of turning his face. Noah needs to keep turning his face this way. He needs to keep turning away. We
5
see
minutes.
his right hand is trying to get those legs off. Oh, and now Caleb's trying to switch to the inverted triangle. It's one of my favorite subs. I love this sub. Caleb's locked it up, and we see Noah. Just look at his face. It's like he's like not even there.
It's turning
He's just
red.
in this meditative, just breathing.
434.
I would like to see Caleb turn this into a back take. Noah's back's exposed. It's going to be tough just because his arm is, Noah's arm is way past his belly line. So you see his belly button. If you can see his belly button and you're thinking about the Kimura, since Noah's hand is close to that hip, it's going to be
410.
difficult. Caleb's trying to finish that triangle, and Noah's just got just enough.
4 minutes.
Noah's got just enough space to survive this triangle. Man, I've never seen somebody try and finish this triangle like from this position.
No. $345.
Man, Noah is tough. Noah has survived 2 rear naked chokes from Elijah Carlton, and now the onslaught from Caleb Mcallister. Yeah, Noah's tough as nails. You see Caleb trying to... Oh, this is a better angle for him to get this finish. I like this movement that Caleb just did. This is
320.
much tighter. But it's slipping. And you see the tap, though. Oh, man. Beautiful adjustment. I thought the triangle was slipping, but, man, it got super tight. I love that adjustment by Caleb Mcallister. That was a beautiful adjustment on that inverted triangle.
I really liked the grip that Caleb had on Noah's hip while he was passing.
Yeah.
I like that. Really prevented that knee from getting back inside.
Yeah,
and
yeah. It
regarding.
was kind of like a scoop grip right there, and he he had the
he's
option
kinda-
of going into the leg drag, but he used it to just walk around. I mean,
Yeah.
since he had control of the hips, Noah couldn't face him.
I really like that. I'm gonna look into it.
Man, that inverted triangle was finishing it from the north-south position was gnarly.
Yeah. I thought he was
And
gonna
then-
get the scissor choke.
That scissor choke is really difficult, especially a guy like Noah who just is like, I'm not tapping to nothing. I mean, he's trying not to tap to anything. And so he did a really good job of just, turning his face, going with the scissor choke, and then Caleb did a beautiful counter. Put on that inverted triangle. It's one of my favorite stuff. That's a really it's a really like old school judo style. Like judo guys have been doing that triangle choke for years. But, you get the Kimura grip, you can throw that inverted triangle in, and, man, I love the movements that I saw from Caleb Mcallister. I'm going to have to go back and watch that because I get there sometimes if I don't finish initially off that triangle, sometimes I'll let go and just go to the back. And I thought that's what we were going to see from Caleb, but obviously he had a couple of plays up his sleeve that I wasn't aware of, and beautiful work by Caleb Mcallister, 7 points. And so now Caleb is in first place in the Western Conference. He's back on top. 48 points. Moises having a bye week, he's at 46. But Caleb now has played 13 games. And Moises has played 14.
Okay. So it's catching up to be about the same.
Yeah, it's catching up for sure. So
see how everything shakes out. Okay. So who's next? Mike Ritchie and Casey Wilbanks.
Now this is a really interesting match. This is a match that I could see possibly going into being our first draw of the night. I think both these guys are pretty evenly matched. I mean, Mike's definitely got the strength and size advantage. I mean, Casey's 183, so he's not like one of these 150 guys. Yeah. But Mike Ritchie is built out of steel. Mike's gotten a couple of chokes early. I mean, we've seen him finish a couple of arm in and guillotines. So he's got 2 different type of guillotines he liked. That's really all we've seen offensive-wise from Mike. Now, Mike's been the toughest guy, one of the toughest guys to tap. I mean, especially for a white belt. I mean, we saw him take a Nilo almost to the end. We saw him get a draw from Matt Elkins. We saw him get a draw from who else? There was another brown belt I think he took.
Against Elijah?
No, he hasn't been against Elijah yet. But yeah. So finishing number 1 overall gets you $1,000. So regular season, if you finish as the top point getter, you get $1,000. So there's a lot of incentive
out of each conference or just
the
top?
Just the top. Yeah. So the top 8 get paid though, just overall.
Nice.
So, well, here we go. We got Manscaped Mike. He looks like a stud. I mean, look at him. Built out of steel. And he's so confident when he competes. He's already in on that guillotine. Oh, he tries to get it, and, man, Casey does a great job of avoiding, but Mike's already standing back up, and Casey's trying to just fall back on the legs. We've seen that from Casey. We've seen that he really likes the leg locks. We've seen 1 or 2 knee bars from him already this season. I believe he knee barred Kanan Brooks, and I believe he got another leg lock finish. Mike, though, does a great job of sprawling and grabbing that Kimura on Mike from bottom. I think that's a bad play because that's really locking Casey into this bottom position. I mean, you're just not going to rip that out, against somebody like Mike Ritchie. So he's kind of locked in now.
Mike could actually flatten him.
Yeah, Mike should. Mike should be using that shoulder and should really be trying to get hip control right here. I would like to see him turn this into a twister pass, but he's doing a good job, man. He's getting that left knee, trying to get it inside the lock right there.
451.
Yeah, this is going to take a lot of energy from Casey right here. Yeah, you see, and he has to let go. I mean, that's just so much energy trying to hold on to that. And Mike, just beautiful. Just going to make Casey, he's going to make Casey pay for holding that.
430.
So we're 4:30 left. Mike looking to attack an arm triangle here, but he's going to use this to pass. Excellent job by the white belt, Mike Ritchie, putting that butterfly hook in, still attacking the arm triangle, looking to use that arm triangle to pass or get the finish. And he's starting to inch toward that finish. And you know that if Mike Ritchie gets anything around your neck, whether it's his arms or he gets this arm triangle position, he's going to try and squeeze your head off.
357.
Oh, that's a big mistake by Casey right there. Casey just grabbed the guillotine. He's going to get Von Flute, I think.
It looked like Mike was trying to put him into that position.
Yeah, very OSP, very Ovent St. Peru. And we might as well start calling it the St. Peru. But if Mike could just tripod up a little bit and drive his shoulder into Casey's neck, he's going to put him to sleep here. This is a gnarly position.
330.
Oh, we see Casey go for the big bridge. Oh, yeah, that was getting tight. We saw that desperation bridge from Casey. And Casey did a great job, though. Created the space he needs. But, man, Mike Ritchie is so impressive. He is a game-time player. He is the definition of a game-time player.
313.
We see Mike now working towards that Americana right there, and he's really got Casey in trouble.
Ooh.
Oh, that looks gnarly right there. He's trying like a... Here, Brandon, coaching Mike Ritchie. I mean, Mike's a white belt here at 10th Planet Decatur, and shouldn't be a white belt too much longer.
245.
Oh, he's going on bottom. I love that play.
Good angle.
I do. He's gonna go. He's gonna get that squeeze. He's on the bottom side, arm triangle. This is very Eddie Bravo. I really like that play by Mike Ritchie. I know a lot of guys would discourage that. Oh. Very Eddie Bravo right there.
215.
Didn't do a good job. He needed to keep Casey in his closed guard. Since he couldn't keep Casey closed guard, Casey started to pass. We see Casey reaching for that outside heel hook. Mike does a great job of getting head control, but Casey uses that to pass. And now this match is completely turned. Casey's turned the tables here. Now he's on top and he's in mount. And we've seen Mike, really use a lot of effort right there on the arm triangle.
Mike's
a lot of breathing. Yeah, Mike's breathing hard.
140.
Oh, Mike goes for the sweep right here, but man, he's right in on a triangle. He reached underneath and mount, used that to sweep, but put himself in a triangle. But man, what just great awareness by Mike. Really good job. He knew he was in a triangle, postured up, bully pass, now he's back on top. You talk about explosive. Oh, beautiful work. And he gets the tap. Excellent job slipping in that rear naked choke without the hooks. That was sneaky. Excellent work from both guys, and Mike Ritchie's got 7 more points.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
I was just about to say, is this going to be one of your 3 draws? But
I told you that was one of the ones I was like, there might be a draw here, just because I knew both guys were tough. Casey's tough. Yeah, so the way that the season works is everybody combined, so 32 competitors, whoever finishes with the top points. So, again, both conferences, Western and Eastern combined. Whoever's number 1 gets $1,000. Second place, I believe, either gets $800 or $600. I'm not exactly sure. Third place, I know, gets $400. And then 4 through 8 get $200. And, again, that's combined standings. Then the tournament, there's going to be 2 number 1 seeds. So Eastern Conference will be the left side of the bracket. The top 8 guys will meet on the left side, and then the Western Conference will be on the right side of the bracket. And so 1 through 8 will meet on that side. So, yeah, the seeding matters, obviously. Like, if you're not in the top 8, you don't even make the playoffs. But, the regular season really matters. Again, there's money on the line, especially, that number 1 spot, you're talking about $1,000. So,
yeah.
Guy like Elijah, Nilo, Matt Elkins, they're thinking about
right.
They're thinking about the kills because they want that $1,000.
Right, and like we mentioned before, there's going to be what is the weight for season 2? 225.
225. Mm-hmm.
And so I think we're going to do a 4-man tournament instead of doing super fight matches, we're going to do a 4-man tournament for season number 2, and then go ahead and I think and crown the winner or give them a belt. I don't know that we'll actually give them that, but they will have the title. And so season number 2 will already have somebody at the top, and so everybody's going to be scrambling.
Yeah, and if you are interested, please contact Brandon. I mean, and you guys see what we're looking for. It's not all, we don't want just all black belts from all over the country. No, we want the full array again. You know, we want guys that wrestled in college. We want guys that are white belts. We want guys that are black belts. We want guys that are purple belt. You know, hey, I'm an IBJJF purple belt competitor. Hey, I'm a whatever, you know. We want you. Hey, I'm 160 pounds, but I really think I can, you know, knock out some of these big guys.
Right.
Just message Brandon. Put your resume in.
Smith.
And we got Mike Johnson returning. He missed last week. He had a bye last week, or I think he just I think he just missed last week. I think he had like an emergency. So happy to have Mike Johnson back. He possibly is Mr. Congeniality.
Oh, yeah,
one of
for
the
sure.
nicest guys
He is
in the
super
tournament. I mean, he's just so nice and so awesome to be around. But he's a purple belt from Georgia, Valdosta.
Valdosta.
Yeah,
Good.
Hey, whoa.
You did good.
Let me do the Valdosta. I got it this time. We got Dennis Smith, the white belt from 10th Planet Decatur. Dennis wrestled in college, though. We see Mike
Nice pass.
pulls guard, and Dennis just passes right away. Brandon said, look, we're staying on top this whole match. You're not going back to the guard, but beautiful. I love that Heisman escape. That's a Marcelo Garcia play, and we see Mike Johnson again try it, and he uses that to try and take. Oh, that's a tricky transition. Mike Johnson
520.
uses the Heisman to come up into the turtle. Dennis reaches a little too deep, and he tries to hit that sneaky arm lock on the back door. But you saw Dennis. He had a chance at the twister right there. If he could have flipped in the truck. He escapes the danger, though, ends up on top. And, man, I really like those Heisman escape attempts by Mike Johnson right there. Mike's got good frames in right here.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. We see Mike framing, straight arm framing into the bicep, and that's how I like to teach guys. I like to show, hey, if you can get a frame into the bicep, especially the arm that's supposed to be so right now it'd be Dennis's left arm. If you can get a straight arm frame in there, just like Mike did right there, you're going to be able to recover guard much easier, and boom. As I say that, Mike Johnson gets that straight arm frame, goes back to his guard, but Dennis passes again right away, and we see, man, that's Mike's defense. He likes getting that straight arm frame in there, whether he's got the bicep or if Dennis tries to turn, he uses that tricep Heisman escape that Marcelo Garcia uses so effectively.
412.
But this is where Dennis wants to be, man. He wants to be in mount. We've seen Mike already recover a couple of times. Mike tries a big bridge, but, man, you got to have some type of control on Dennis' post, whether the knees or, obviously, the hands. If not, I mean, that big bridge is just wasting energy.
350.
So I'd like to see Mike really get comfortable here. He's getting on his side. Beautiful mount escape. Beautiful mount escape, and he's looking to put in the lockdown. He's in the lockdown now, and Dennis needs to be really careful here. He cannot go forward through the lockdown. I've seen more ACL injuries due to the lockdown. Brandon telling him to go backwards to escape the lockdown. You need to address the lockdown first. Yeah,
315.
Oh, he's got that Kimura grip. This is getting deep. Dennis is sitting up. He's going to get that finish. Beautiful work, man. Mike, though, really nice escapes right there.
That was a good Heisman.
And there we go, man. We got Dennis Smith tapping the purple belt. But that's one of those cases, like Dennis Smith's a white belt. He tapped the purple belt. Dennis wrestled in college. You know, it's not an upset.
Right.
Those are two evenly matched grapplers. They had a great match. But, yeah, on paper, the white belt tapped the purple belt. But,
Right.
Again, Dennis wrestled in college.
I see some of you guys are talking about the rash guards. So some of you have gotten a blue rash guard. Some of you have gotten an orange rash guard. If you want a rash guard, make sure you're going to mattviper.com and support one of our awesome sponsors, Eric Bell at Matt Viper.
Yeah, Matt Viper, man, they've got some of the coolest custom gear out there. I've seen some of the rash guards they've done for, just random guys throughout the Southeast. I shouldn't say random guys, like black belts and brown belts throughout the Southeast, and they are so cool. So definitely check out Matt Viper. Eric Bell is the man. I mean, he's a true gentleman, and the product that he makes is top-notch.
And guys, make sure that you are creating your fantasy team for next week, week 7. You can find the link for the fantasy team in the description under the video. So join us in our trash talk about who's going to win the fantasy league. It's not Scaff.
Yeah, it's not Scaff. You are exactly right. And so we're getting ready to. I'm hoping the next match is Seth Tatum versus Jonathan Roberts, because that's my match of the night. That's the match that I've got circled on my paper, and I don't know, man. I think if we're going to see a big upset, I think that could be it. Like, I think that could be the match. I mean, Jonathan Roberts has been on fire, but, I mean, Seth hasn't been tapped either. One of these guys are going to lose their personally, I think this match is going to end in submission, and obviously one of the guys are going to lose their, hey, I haven't been submitted all season yet.
Yeah.
So
no possibility for a draw?
I don't think so. This match is ending in sub.
Okay.
This match is ending in sub.
Seth Tatum.
Yeah, here we go. So we got Seth Tatum. He is the blue belt from 10th Planet Decatur. We saw him hit a beautiful triangle choke to start his night against Kanan Brooks, and he's going against Elbow Bay, the people's champ. I mean, the people, you guys love Jonathan Roberts. I mean, he's 10 for 10, and we're going to see Jonathan 100% pull guard. So Jonathan's has the spats on. I love when guys wear spats and the other doesn't, because it makes it really easy to identify for you guys which is which. But, yeah, we see Jonathan immediately sits and starts reaching for the legs. And we're going to see that arm lock, leg lock play. Man, Seth definitely wanted to get swept. I think that was definitely a play, a ploy by Seth. Like, he wanted to end up on bottom. And Jonathan immediately goes for the Darce choke. Seth does a great job of posturing and getting to his knees. And Jonathan, man, he's already in on the Kimura. And he's in his arm lock position. He's in that Ronda Rousey arm lock. Oh, this is beautiful work from Jonathan Roberts. Seth has his hands together, but barely. He needs to get that head through, and he needs to posture and put weight on. Jonathan, though, has got both hands now attacking Seth's grip, and man, this is trouble for Seth.
503.
Seth has Jonathan. Beautiful. He's doing the Bobby escape, but now he's in on the leg. And Seth gets tapped by the heel hook. You talk about a dilemma. You talk about a dilemma with Jonathan Roberts. That was
a trilemma.
Incredible work. Incredible work. Favorite match of the night so far. Favorite work by a technician of the night so far. Absolutely beautiful. And Jonathan Roberts gets another break, man.
Well, you've been successful so far. No draws.
Hey, I told you, man.
You did. You told me.
Did you believe me? Nah, you didn't. That means
didn't.
a no. You're like, nah.
We still got a lot to go. We'll see.
Man, he forced it, man. I mean, he forced Seth to leave his leg behind. Seth did a great job of defending. Honestly, he did better than what most guys have done. He was deep in those arm locks. He was deep in the arm lock attack and did a great job. We call that the Bobby escape, where he uses that elbow, and he got Jonathan's bottom leg, the one that's supposed to be across the waist, he got that in between his legs. And so he was going to be able to start coming up, but he also put himself right into the Ashigarami, which Jonathan used, got the outside heel hook. And, I mean, that's what Jonathan's been using, outside heel hooks and arm locks all season. He's 11 for 11 now.
Nice. That was awesome. So who is next? Robert Autry and Jeremy Geiger is next on the schedule. So I'm not sure if Brandon's that's who's next. Okay. Robert Autry and Jeremy Geiger.
Yeah, so Robert Autry coming back out on the mat, the white belt from Montgomery Martial Arts. And then we've got Jeremy Geiger, the blue belt from 10th Planet Decatur. And Jeremy's had, anybody, I mean, there's been so many blue belts that have had just amazing performances. And Jeremy's 4 knee bars are definitely one of the stories of the season. I mean, he can make a knee bar highlight that he can use all the way up till he's a black belt. I mean, just beautiful knee bars. Different variations, but he loves stepping over from the half guard. And when he gets there, man, he's getting the tap.
Yeah. So we're calling him the knee barista.
Yeah, he's the knee barista. So we got Robert Autry in the blue, Jeremy Geiger in the orange. Jeremy has probably shown the most dominant wrestling of anybody so far this season. He wrestled in college, and, man, you see that snap down. Big reaction from Robert. Robert trying to get low. I like Robert. He's getting low in his stance, but he's definitely in Jeremy's world right now. Oh, when we see a Hail Mary shot. Really exposed himself, but, man, he's going to get the takedown. Jeremy went for the guillotine choke, and Robert did a great job of slipping his head out.
Nice,
He's into an over-under pass, and he's past the guard, but Jeremy uses the Kimura. He's got the Kimura, uses it to stand back up. But excellent job by Robert Autry, hanging on the head in this front headlock position. Really good start from Robert Autry so far.
508.
Oh, that was a mistake. He tried to pull guard. He tried to attack that guillotine, but he really just pulled Jeremy on top of him. Big mistake right there by Robert Autry. Yeah, beautiful work, man. That was a high-level play right there by Jeremy Geiger that a lot of people will not recognize as the high-level play. I mean, that was beautiful.
440.
Used that back step right there to keep his base, and now he's in a deep position. He's already in, or was in for a second on the arm triangle, but Robert did a great job, as he's done all season, of just recovering his guard. Oh, beautiful back step. He timed that perfect. He felt the hook, back stepped right out of it, and he's in a deep side control. He's got that shoulder pressure driving Robert's face, and it's going to be tough for Robert. I mean, especially with somebody as good, like Robert's shown really good retention and guard recovery. It's important to, I love Jeremy just opted to go back, try and get that leg drag position. But, man, Robert Autry finds his way again back to the guard.
345.
Man, Robert Autry is very impressive. Very impressive for a white belt recovering his guard the way he does.
334.
So Robert definitely needs to be careful here. Extending his legs. We see Jeremy threaten an Ashigarami entry, but really it just forces Robert to retract his knee, and now Jeremy's in a good passing position. And he gets the immediate tap. So we saw him attack the left leg and just immediately go in on the right leg, and he gets a quick tap. Jeremy Geiger, another break. Man, really nice work. Really, really nice work by Jeremy Geiger.
Yeah, that was fast. Came on fast. All right, Michael Libby and Dallas Sharp are up next.
Another fun match of blue belts. Michael Libby versus Dallas Sharp. This is a tough one to call for me because Dallas has the pace advantage. He has the athletic advantage, but Michael Libby's got the size advantage, and he's better at leg locks.
Yeah. Are you discounting the rubber guard game?
I mean, I think it would definitely be wise, as I've already mentioned a few times on this broadcast and other podcasts. Is like, look, you're going against a guy that out moves you. He transitions better than you. He's better in the scrambles. Finding a way to a clinch, whether it's lockdown, a butterfly guard with an over-under, a closed guard like a rubber guard, is going to be your best friend. You do not want to try and keep up with a guy that's better at scrambling than you.
So that needs to be his game plan.
Well, it would be smart game plan.
Get his rubber guard in.
Again, he doesn't want Dallas floating around the outside. I mean, you saw Dallas and Nilo. I mean, that was an insane pace. Michael Libby does not operate at that pace.
Right.
And so, yeah, he needs to find a way to slow down Dallas Sharp.
I think very few people operate at that pace for very long.
And both guys, honestly, have a couple of paths to victory. I mean, I could see either one of these guys, and this is another match that is going to end in a sub, because I just think there's multiple ways both guys can get that sub.
Make sure you guys are going to vote for your player of the week. So go to Facebook, brandonmc.ninja, And the poll to vote for your player of the week will be there at brandonmc.ninja, that Facebook group. And we're giving away this red and black zippered hoodie. I guess it's a 3/4 zipper hoodie. It's nice.
I mean, shoot, player of the week might be Noah Randolph for just
Surviving
for
or like
just going. I mean, just surviving against those brown and black
Right.
belts.
But thank you to Decatur Coca-Cola Bottling Company and Frank Troop for all of this swag back here on the back wall. We appreciate Frank.
So next match again, Michael Libby, the blue belt from 10th Planet O'Fallon versus Dallas Sharp, the blue belt from 10th Planet Decatur. Michael Libby, I mean, he took a couple of pops in his foot last match, though.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, that lens lock. So it wasn't an Estima lock, it was a lens lock. So when guys are trying to reap, you can take your hands, you can get that forearm into the foot. And I mean, again, I heard 2 pops for sure. And then he got tapped by the straight ankle lock. I mean, Clay Malone's a vicious straight ankle lock. But Michael Libby in the orange, Dallas Sharp in the blue. Michael probably got a 20-pound weight advantage. He weighs about 180, 185, and Dallas Sharp's 155. So trying that arm drag. Ooh, nice little face palm right there.
$5.40.
So seeing a lot of collar ties right now. Both guys getting some good reactions off their collar ties. Nice. I like that by Michael Libby. But as I say that, beautiful double leg by Dallas Sharp. Sometimes you just got to go for the double leg. Dallas needs to get out of there. Man, Michael somehow finds his way into the 411,
5
and
minutes.
Dallas is in trouble. But Dallas does have control of the head, and he's on top, so he's going to be able to possibly sprawl. But as I say that, man, Dallas is in deep trouble. Michael's in on the Texas cloverleaf.
$4.40.
This is tough, man. Dallas needs to try and get on the other hip. I mean, his heel is completely exposed. If I'm Michael Libby, I'm gonna think about passing off to this heel hook because the heel hook is exposed. The Texas cloverleaf is really tough to get a break. It hurts. It hurts the back of the calf or the back of the Achilles, but for breaking power, it's not the best. You really want to use this position to try and dig out that heel. And yeah. Dallas trying to keep his heel protected. Man, Michael Libby's got Dallas in deep trouble.
$3.52.
Oh, man. And he's in the outside heel. Look, Dallas, though, needs to clear the knee line, and he does. He needs to keep rolling. Excellent job. Man, Dallas dug himself out of a hole, and now he's immediately in on the attack. And this is the pace that Michael Libby doesn't want to have to deal with.
$3.33.
Man, Dallas in on the head. I would like to see him use this to pass. He's in on that arm in guillotine. Michael's not in any real danger yet. I think we're going to see Dallas try and use this to pass. I mean, using that front headlock to pass is definitely what most guys are doing these days. And yeah, there we see, man. Dallas uses that front headlock. He passes right into mount, and now he can start making some meaningful attacks on this guillotine.
$2.53.
Lets it go, though. Tries to go immediately for a punch choke. So Dallas tries the mounted.
Go.
Oh, and we see him immediately just go for that patented Dallas hop over right there. I mean, that's just pace and cardio. He's going to get that pass again. His knees already almost out. Going to get that guillotine again. There's 2:20. Michael's corner calling him, look, he's like, you only got a couple of minutes left. Keep fighting. Don't give in to the pace.
210.
But Dallas is in a great attacking and passing position right here. We've already seen him pass once with the front headlock. This time he's leaning, putting more weight on. Oh, that was a big mistake by Dallas right there. Dallas needs to be careful about leaving his legs behind.
145.
If I'm Dallas, I would like to see him kind of create space and get back to his feet, because we're going to see Michael pull guard again. He needs to be cautious, though, of that knee shield. Yeah. Oh, Dallas getting a little sloppy trying to push the pace.
124.
I'd have liked to see him just maneuver around the outside. Michael kind of voluntarily sat back. I mean, he didn't really have a leg. He's just tired trying to keep this Dallas pace.
110.
So, we got 70 seconds. Dallas is definitely the fresher of the two fighters. He's really nice deep half play right there, but Dallas counters. He's in on the Kimura. He's looking to get that arm lock. Excellent inversion. He's looking for that triangle right here.
45 seconds.
And Michael, man, has his hands clasped. Yeah, Dallas needs to get up and keep passing.
30 seconds.
And both guys are really going after it. Dallas is in the same position.
20.
Dallas needs to think about turning this into a mounted guillotine. It's going to be his best option to get this tap. He's got 15 seconds left.
10 seconds.
Dallas almost with another pass. And this match is over.
All right.
A really nice match. I mean, Michael Libby was in on the 411 early, and honestly, that was deep. I didn't think that. I really didn't think Dallas was going to be able to get out of that.
Yeah.
He got both legs trapped, so Dallas couldn't rotate his hips, and Michael just didn't do a good job of exposing the heel hook. He tried to pass it to an outside. Yeah, he tried to pass to the outside heel hook, but that allowed Dallas the space to rotate. He did 2 rotations, cleared the knee line, and then it was really Dallas's match for the rest of it.
Yeah. You could tell him Michael was tired. He wasn't used to that pace. All right. I think we've got a big break, so we're probably going to do some more makeup matches. Our next scheduled match is at 7:50. So I'm thinking Brandon's probably going to put some makeup matches. All right. Caleb Mcallister versus Mike Johnson.
So there we go. There was our first draw of the night. We got 2 more.
All right. So there are going to be 3, not less than 3.
Oh, I didn't know I had to call
Oh,
that
okay.
too. Dang, you're looking at me all like.
I'm just saying you said 3 exactly. I was thinking it could be 3 or under. But
Oh, okay. It's probably going to be 3
more
draws.
than 3. Okay.
It's going to be 3 draws, people.
Okay.
This next match isn't going to end in a draw, though.
No. I think it's going to be a battle, though. Caleb Mcallister. Oh, Mike Johnson. Yeah.
Man, I really liked Mike's
be
last
good.
match. Mike did a great job, man. Straight arm framing into the bicep, Heisman escaping, and then the mount escape was beautiful. Beautiful. But he's got a tough match here. I mean, tough match against Caleb Mcallister. Caleb on the top now of the Western Conference, and he's definitely looking for 7 more points.
Yes. Womp, womp, womp. Egghead Warrior with the super chat. Appreciate him. Says he's got to support the PGF. Make sure you guys are supporting the PGF through the super chat.
Or just sharing.
Yeah, send
share.
that money. Yes, and share on your social media.
Tell your friends about it.
Right. Let's make this thing a lot bigger for season number 2. Right now we've got 128 viewers, so make sure you guys are sharing on your social media channels.
Yeah.
Let's get these viewers up.
Let your training partners know.
Yeah.
Anybody that's interested.
Mike Johnson.
All right.
It's like our bad. We had 1 draw. But here we go, man. We got Mike Johnson, the purple belt from Valdosta, Georgia. He's the oldest. I think he's the oldest competitor. Yes, he is 41 years old. So Mike's the oldest competitor, the only guy in his 40s. So much respect to Mike. And he's got a tough black belt in Caleb Mcallister. Caleb, a black belt in that Pedro Sauer lineage. And I've really liked watching Caleb on his feet. Nice. And Mike tries to grab the guillotine, but Caleb's doing a good job. He's getting ready to clear his head, and he hops over. Excellent pass by Caleb Mcallister.
5:30.
So we're 30 seconds in. Caleb's already passed into the mount. Mike trying to get those prayer hands. He knows that Caleb wants 7, and so he needs to keep his neck protected, but it's going to be tough. Oh, Caleb's starting to expose Mike's elbows. Yeah, this is what I would do. Anytime you're trying to expose a guy, especially when they got those prayer hands, oh, he's going to go for that great popper right there, and he gets the tap. Beautiful great popper. That's the second great popper of the season. We saw Hodger hit one on, I believe, it was either Kiahi or Michael Libby. But second great popper, man.
Okay, so we've almost taken care of all the makeup matches. We just have 2 of those left. And I agree, Egghead 41 is not old, but he is the oldest.
Yeah, he's the oldest competitor. No. Shoot, I mean, half the UFC champions are in their 40s, it seems like. So, no, I'm saying all the time, 40 is the new 20.
I remember seeing Randy Couture come back, and I think he was 43 when he came back.
Shoot,
and
he was
took
45 at one point. I know he
Was
fought
he?
at 45. Yeah, he fought at 45. He probably didn't fight for the title, but I know like one of his last fights, he was 45 or 46. So.
Looking amazing.
Shoot, look at Mike Tyson right now. You want to fight Mike Tyson?
No, I don't want to be anywhere near Mike Tyson.
Looks like a
I'm
stud.
scared. He's got tattoos on his face.
Man, that was a
scared.
really cool, great popper setup. I love how, I mean, that's what you got to do. When a guy, he's got those prayer hands, or he's really defending himself well, he's not exposing himself, go off the knee on belly. Create movement. Look for the exposure. You saw Caleb hop off into the knee on belly, switch to the other side, and when he did, I mean, Mike just left his arm across, and Caleb was immediately in on the great popper.
So, what are your thoughts about going away from mount to do something? I mean, most people go
in sub only, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially in 6 minutes, you got to keep moving. You can't really be patient in a 6-minute rule set.
Because you're not getting points for the position.
And it's also hard to have in your mind, like, okay, I'm going to hit this choke. Or I'm going to hit this move. We've seen multiple guys kind of get punished because they held on to something a little too long. I mean, the match that really sticks in my mind is Nilo versus the Scarecrow. I mean, Nilo had the Scarecrow's back, and Seth too, both those guys against the Scarecrow, had the Scarecrow's back for 3-4 minutes. And just didn't leave themselves enough time. Like, Scarecrow defended, did great, never got close to getting choked.
Right.
Guys didn't have any chance to run another game at him.
Brooks.
Dang, Robert Autry already back out. Now, this is an interesting matchup. I really like this match. Kanan's had a tough season. And Robert Autry has really been looking good. And Kanan's had some tough matches already tonight, but this is a match he knows that he can win. He's bigger. He's definitely better at leg locks. You see Robert get the takedown. He's already in on the pass, and he's already exposed Kanan's back. Oh, man, these guys are
moving pretty well.
Is this Dallas and Nilo? Oh, really nice sweep right there by Kanan.
5:25.
But, man, Robert Autry's guard retention, he should earn a blue belt just for his guard retention. I mean, that's not a white belt guard retention.
Are you watching Bill Boutwell?
Yeah, Bill.
Hearing our
Are
words,
you watching
Bill? We know Bill.
Yeah, I love Bill too. Bill's like one of the nicest dudes. But anyways, we got Kanan Brooks in on the front headlocked right here. He's got maybe an anaconda locked up. I can't quite see. Yeah, he's almost got an anaconda locked up. That right arm's deep, but it's going to be tough, man, because he doesn't have the elbow exposure. So remember Matt Elkins' anaconda? He really exposed his opponent's elbow. Robert's got those elbows back. It's going to be tough to lock in any type of darce or anaconda. We see Kanan let go of it. He's trying to go to the back position. Really nice. Almost back take by Kanan. Now, Kanan's big issue is going to be the cardio. He's already breathing a little bit.
4:20 on the clock.
Nice. Nice work right there by Robert Autry. Just keeps his ground, passes, but tries to force the mount. And Kanan just uses Robert's momentum to just pass. Kanan's got the heavy hips. Really nice pass right there.
4 minutes.
He's in on the mount. I would like to see Kanan. He's got 3:45 left. I don't want to see him turn this into a sprint. I want to see him just take a couple of breaths right here, assess his options, and then make a play. Nice back take. Beautiful. Oh, when he's in, he's got his right arm in, he's going to get that choke.
Robert was worried about the body triangle.
Oh, Robert does just enough to defend.
3:15.
He does just enough to defend. But Kanan, though, traps Robert's arm. It's 2v1. Robert gets it back, though. He rotates out, and now he's back in the full guard. Kanan, man, beautiful play right there by Kanan. That's Kanan's best play of the season.
3 minutes.
Very technical pass. Ends up in the mount. Takes the gift wrap. Puts in that Kimura gift wraps. And beautiful back take. And now he's in on the triangle.
It looks kind of tight, actually.
And he gets the tap.
Oh.
Man, Kanan Brooks just put on a beautiful performance. I mean, Robert Autry has been tough all season. I mean, he's been giving guys a handful.
Yeah.
He's been definitely performing above that white belt pay grade.
Hey,
and
his
Kanan
movements in the
Brooks,
very beginning when he was passing and just like surfing the top position, that was awesome. It was really
Beautiful.
good movement. Yeah, I hear you guys. Ryan Royal laying in the floor with your back out. I got some lower back issues myself. About to turn 40 in a few weeks. So.
Wait, I
I'm
thought you
with
were
you.
I thought you were 24.
Uh-huh.
No, seriously.
Yeah, I wish.
Well, you don't look 40.
Well, thanks. I
You look
appreciate
30. You look 31.
that. Okay.
Real talk.
I'll take that. All right. So, are we doing Elijah versus Casey? Or are we doing Matt versus Clay?
Man,
Hey, Brandon. Next
beautiful
match.
performance by Kanan. I can't say that enough. I mean, guy, again, he's had a tough season. He's definitely underperformed. I know Kanan's better than what he has shown so far in the PGF, and that's what he's capable of. I mean, he really put together a complete performance right there, and just beautiful work. Loved the back take. Lost the back. Robert ends up in his guard, and he just pops the triangle. Just nice, simple little push-pull, pops the triangle.
Hates his angle.
Yeah, just beautiful finish.
Egghead says 29 at most. Yeah, we're best friends now, Egghead. You and
Well,
me.
Jolly said 25.
Okay. We're really best friends.
Wait,
We're
Wallow, I
gonna
thought
go.
you were like 32.
How old Swallow?
He just said at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Look at that. All right, next is Matt Elkins and Clay Malone.
This is a good match. Clay Malone, really, obviously, the straight ankle lock, weapon of choice.
Yeah.
But Matt Elkins has no plans to get in on the legs.
But Clay is really great at it. Like you were talking about, getting people in uncomfortable positions to make them
Yes.
open up their guard or move.
He's got a weird grappling style. You know, he does things that are unorthodox. I mean, he's the only guy in this tournament, you know, posting on the throw and really going for those heavy tie clinches. His style, again, he's very tall. He's just got a different style.
Yeah.
But he's got a tough match.
Right.
Tough match.
Okay, is Matt Elkins going to sit? Is he going to
Yeah,
sit
definitely.
first? Okay.
Definitely. I think Matt Elkins is going to sit. He's going to wrestle up. I mean, just what we've seen from
Okay.
Nilo.
Now, if his brother was here, if Jake was here watching, I don't know that would go very well Matt
Hey,
sitting.
shoot, no. Since Matt started sitting, he's gotten 28 straight points. Or maybe even 35 straight points. Matt needs to keep
He
sitting.
needs to keep sitting.
Yeah, he needs to come to my guard sitting class.
Guard sitting class.
Yeah, so
That'd be good.
we got the main,
Class.
Matt Elkins, getting ready to step onto the mat. Man,
Womp, womp, womp. Super chat from Chad Resniak. I'm sorry if I butchered it.
oh yeah, dude, we missed you, man. Shoot, I rolled like 100 rounds that day. You see this black eye? I got that black eye from team training Wednesday. So it was fun.
You said you got hit in the face a couple of times, actually.
Yeah, I did.
It's one of those nights.
Everybody's trying to take out the black belt, dude. Trying to kill me. But thank you, Chad. We appreciate you.
Matt Elkins.
So here we go, man. We got the main coming out, and he's been on a roll. Been on an absolute roll.
Clay Malone.
All right, so we got the main versus Clay Malone, the blue belt from Triad Martial Arts. Man, I love those ironclad shorts that Matt Elkins is wearing.
Look good.
America. So now, man, I don't know, man. I don't think Matt's ego let him sit to a guy that like actually wants to stand. Matt choosing to go without his hair tie. Oh, really nice takedown by Matt Elkins. He's on top. He's already in a good passing position. Passes straight to mount, and Clay's in trouble. He needs to really watch about exposing his neck, and it's not going to be. Clay's super good at defending the chokes, but he really needs to be careful of those naked chokes, specifically the guillotine, because Matt Elkins maybe has the best guillotine of anyone in the PGF.
5 minutes.
Trying to get some back exposure right here. He's got the gift wrap. He doesn't have the gift wrap where he wants. Really nice mounted triangle attempt. Clay does a great job sniffing it out, though.
4:37.
So 4.5 minutes left. We got Matt Elkins on top, reaching for that guillotine. I wouldn't mind seeing Matt. Oh, beautiful triangle setup. And he's deep on that. Clay's trying to posture in, and he gets the tap. Man, Matt Elkins pops that triangle. As I was getting ready to say, I would like to see him go back to that mounted triangle play. I mean, he popped it quick.
All right. Chad says he was hoping to get Womp Womp by you,
Oh, womp, womp, womp.
and he loves your podcast.
Chad, I'll give you another womp, womp, womp. Thanks, Chad.
And,
I appreciate that, bro.
Ironclad Wrestling was agreeing with the sitting is shameful while repping the Ironclad shorts.
America. Hey, man, it's called freedom. All right? We have the freedom to
Jake.
sit or stand, Jake.
Womp, 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 Egghead Warrior. Oh, no dumplings. That's okay, Egghead.
Dude,
We'll
Egghead's
be
the
all right.
best.
Yeah.
Egghead, you're the best, man.
Oh, and they were also, Brandon was wondering if you were going to grow your hair out, because you always talk about Matt Elkins' mane, how beautiful
Nah,
its
dude,
flowing locks are.
I get a fro, man. I've got that Middle
Your hair-
Eastern.
your
I've
hair
got that
goes
Middle
out.
Eastern background, and it just like, dude, my hair is uncontrollable. Beard, same thing. Beard just gets all thick and, yeah. This is about as thick as I like my facial hair to get.
All right, who's up next? Noah and Mike. All right, Noah Randolph and Mike Ritchie.
Ooh, man. Noah Randolph, what a tough draw.
Yeah. He's such an amazing kid. And he's still got Joe Kai later on, but he'll have a little break
So,
there.
Mike Ritchie, man, coming off that great rear naked choke on Casey. I love rear naked chokes where the hooks are not used. Man, I'm excited for this match. Both these guys are tough as nails.
Yeah.
I watched, I shouldn't say I watched. I made these guys have a sub-only match against each other probably beginning at the, yeah.
Just for your entertainment.
No, I didn't.
you guys do this.
Everybody was doing a sub-only match. I was just running the class, and I was like, no, we're doing a sub-only match, and I put those two against each other, and it was a war. I think it lasted like 22 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You just let the clock go.
It was sub-only, no time limit. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
We do that occasionally.
Oh, this is Marcus is Matt's younger brother, I believe. He said that was gross. He said it felt familiar.
Yeah, Marcus knows what's up. Marcus knew Matt was coming for the 21.
Yeah.
He knew it. I knew it. The fantasy players knew it.
Okay, so Ryan Royal is from Michigan, and they're still on lockdown, so he appreciates the PGF. All
Dude,
right.
thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, we
And
appreciate
dude,
you.
sucks, man. I hope you guys get out of lockdown ASAP, and I hope you get back to training ASAP
Mike Ritchie.
with everybody else. I know, I'm sure you and your homie are training in the living room, but as we all know, man, it's just not the same. So we got Noah Randolph, blue belt from 10th Planet Decatur, in the orange, and man, I don't know how many more chokes he can take tonight. And we got Mike Ritchie in the blue, Manscaped Mike, white belt from 10th Planet Decatur.
Oh, Noah's tough. He's the last person to leave the gym sometimes.
Yeah. Noah's one of my favorite training partners. I mean, he's a guy that when guys, oh man, Mike gets that body lock and Noah jumps guard. And Noah, a wry little smile right there from him. Very little emotion from Noah Randolph. And even he knew, he was like, man, I was in trouble right there. He probably
5:30.
felt like Mike could have thrown him out this building with that. I think one of my favorite things about watching Mike Ritchie compete is just how composed he is. Like, even from day one, the first time I saw him compete as a 6-month white belt, it was like he had been competing for 6 years. I mean, he's just so composed. And Noah Randolph, the same thing. You're not going to see these guys gasping for air. You're not going to see them, you're going to see controlled grappling.
Yeah. Well, that tournament that we took him to in Birmingham, I felt like Mike was going to kill a guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've thought that a couple times watching Mike compete.
452.
So, Noah doing a good job. I like that he's trying to win that head position in there. He's won that head position. Mike trying to hang on the head. Honestly, this is the time to change the pace right now. You see both these guys just nice and calm. One of them just needs to shoot for the double. They're going to get it. Because they've kind of lulled each other into this sleep. This like, all right, we're gonna exchange collar ties. Yeah, that's right there. Mike should have taken a shot right there. He got a. Noah tries that trip right there.
4 minutes.
Mike's in on the overhook, but Noah's heavy on those heels right here. I would really like to see Mike just go for the double leg.
345.
Mike's starting to breathe a little hard, though. Really nice snap down right there. I think Noah's just trying to push the pace on Mike. I mean, Mike's the bigger, stronger competitor. Noah needs to push the pace. He needs to start taking control of the pace battle. Oh, Mike, a beautiful snap down into an arm triangle.
320.
And that's what I was talking about. That was that change of pace that I was talking about. And Mike is the last guy in this gym that I want in an arm triangle squeezing. Now, Noah did a great job, though, recovering back to the lockdown. Man, I don't know how many more chokes Noah can take. But you saw what really set that up was the change of pace. You saw Mike for 3 minutes just nice and relaxed, snap down here, snap down there, and then we saw an aggressive snap down into the standing arm triangle takedown. I mean, that was profesh. That was beautiful.
240.
Yeah, Mike really needs to get this pass. He's working towards it. I would like to see him put that outside foot in as a butterfly. Noah, great job going belly down, but Mike follows. He's almost got the back. He doesn't have hooks in, though, so he needs to keep that upper body control. No hooks, got to keep the upper body control. Noah Going to try and get back to his feet. Finds the space to get back to his guard. Mike trying to get to the front headlock position. Beautiful work by Noah Randolph.
208.
Oh, nice double leg by Noah Randolph. Now it's his time to stay on top. Mike does a great job, though, finding his guard back. He's got 2 minutes. Noah's on top in the half guard, and this is his best passing position. We work all the time. I mean, obviously, both these guys are 10th Planet Decatur students, but we're constantly working that half guard passing.
$134.
Man, Noah's heavy on top. Noah's in the leg drag position.
118.
Noah sprawls back and beautiful. Almost passes right there. He needs to push the pace, and he lets Mike stand back up.
105.
So we're 1 minute away from a draw. Like I said, man, these guys took 22 minutes last time to see a sub. We're going to need 22 more.
50 seconds.
Yeah, I agree. Somebody in the audience is calling for the double, and it definitely is there.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
He's going for the double leg. He needs to drive. Mike goes for the guillotine. Noah has to respect it, pops his head out, and we're at 12 seconds left. Unless something crazy happens, it's going to be our second match, ending a draw. Nice work. I like Noah, though, trying those takedowns, getting that experience in, and the match is over. Beautiful work by both guys. That standing arm triangle entry was one of the coolest things that's happened this season, one of the coolest sub-setups that's happened this season.
Mike and squeezing an arm triangle, not a happy place. But Noah, calm, composed. He's like, no, I've been worse. I've been in a worse situation today.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Lonnie wants to know, can you buy the shirts behind you?
Okay, no, Lonnie, you cannot. These were donated by Frank Troop of Decatur Coca-Cola Bottling Company, and these are going to go to our Players of the Week. These are going to be their prizes. So if you would like to vote for the Player of the Week, you're going to go to Facebook, join the BrandonMC.Ninja group, and then the poll to vote for your Player of the Week will be there in that group. And womp, 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 super chat from Jolly Roger.
Thanks, Jolly. So here we go. We're going to see the return to the mat of Elijah Carlton going against Casey. And Casey, blue belt from 10th Planet Muscle Shoals. He's got a tough match ahead of him right here. I think we're going to see more of the same from Elijah. He's going to end up on top. He's going to pass the guard, and he's going to find the rear naked choke. So, man, we're going through these matches. We've got 2 draws. I've got 1 more. I said there's going to be 3 draws tonight. There's going to be 1 more.
All of these.
Yeah, there's only going to be 1 more draw. I feel pretty confident looking at that list.
Okay.
I feel real confident looking at that list. There's only
Good.
going to be 1 more draw.
I hope so. All right, yeah. Elijah versus Casey.
So, got about 10 matches left. So, still a lot of action. You guys stay with us. Remember, share, super chat. Tell your buddies about it. Most important thing, just tell your buddies about it. Hey, you like grappling? Yeah, but I don't really like watching it. Well, give the PGF a chance.
Right.
Tell them to give the PGF a chance.
Thank you to the Orthopedic Center and Dr. Michael Cantrell. Make sure that you are checking out his interview, Dr. Michael Cantrell, on the Grappling Discourse podcast with Matt Scaff here. So what did you guys talk about? Do you remember with Michael
Oh,
Cantrell?
yeah. I remember all of my
yeah.
episodes. I do. But no, we just talked a lot about injuries. So if you're interested in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like, hey, I want to talk. I want to learn more about ACL. I want to learn more about shoulder injuries. I want to learn more about rehab. I want to learn more about when I should go to the doctor. That's the episode for you. But got 128 episodes now. So tons of content on there. Everything from mindset to grappling history to interviews to just everything. So check it out.
Yes, for sure. Make sure that you are putting that in your list of things to do, things to listen to.
All right, so Casey in the spats. We got Elijah in the red. And we're seeing a little donkey guard. So we see the patented Elijah Carlton donkey guard. I've seen him do this to multiple opponents, and, man, it psychs some people out. I've seen him make a couple of Brazilians very angry, very, very angry with the backwards donkey guard attempts. But he's in on the De La Riva here, so we got Casey in on the De La Riva here. Elijah doing a really good job, though, of stuffing that De La Riva, really taking control of the legs, just stuffs the leg lock attempts. He's in mount, and we're going to see, Elijah's really been preferring the punch choke as well. But Casey did a great job getting to his side. Elijah takes the back with the gift wrap, and he's already in on the rear naked. And he gets the tap. Beautiful work from Elijah Carlton. Another quick match and another 7 points. Oh, they didn't. Oh. So, another, man, beautiful performance by Elijah Carlton. What? Choke, yes, rear naked choke. So Elijah Carlton finishes Casey with the rear naked choke. Starts the match off, just goes in, very playful. Donkey guard. We saw Casey try and jump and take the back. He ends up on bottom, though, and Elijah just stuffed the leg game. Elijah's probably the best leg locker in the PGF, so tapping him in the leg game is going to be incredibly difficult. He used that to pass, ended up in mount, grabbed the gift wrap, back take, and right when he got there, he choked.
Okay, and I think that wraps up our makeup matches. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more regularly scheduled matches.
So got 8 more matches. Really looking forward to Nilo versus Eric Longar is going to be a really fun match. Noah Randolph's got Joe Kai. Man, somebody doesn't like Noah Randolph. Kevin Premu might perform tonight. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I've seen Kanan here. I haven't seen Blake Randall, though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him yet. All right. Okay. Thank you goes out to McDojo Life Podcast. So, guys, make sure that you are tuning in to the McDojo Life Podcast right before our broadcast so you can follow along as they pick their fantasy league team. And if you'd like to join the fantasy league, the link is in the description underneath the video. So, pick your fantasy league team for week 7 and play with us. See who wins. It's going to be me, or it might be Kevin. I don't know. I think I'm behind Kevin a few points, actually.
So, yeah, guys, the last match was recorded. It'll be on YouTube separate, so you definitely won't miss. It sucks, obviously, not seeing it live, but that match was recorded, and it will be available on YouTube Tuesday.
Thank you to Subconscious Studios and Conscious Keelan Lawyer for all of the amazing camera angles. Like I said, guys, you are seeing better angles than we are. So thank you to Keelan and his amazing work. If you need any kind of media production, hit him up. He's doing amazing work. Also, visit nogihelper.com. This is Brandon's free online course. It's how to stop getting crushed from the bottom. So if you find yourself at the bottom of Mount, not knowing what to do, then check out nogihelper.com. So Nogi helper.com, nogihelper.com. Oh, my picks for the week. I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget. Okay. I said Caleb was going to give me at least 14 points. Kevin was going to give me at least 7. I didn't know, maybe 14. And then I said Nilo was going to give me 14, and Matt Elkins was going to give me 14. So, and I may be underestimating those.
Dude, you definitely underestimated. That was terrible
So,
breakdowns right there.
But I'm
Dude.
doing better than I thought I was going to do.
Oh.
So that's good.
You
I was
definitely
going
doing better.
like minimum.
Oh,
Like, okay,
nah, dude.
I was going safe choice.
I was on the Matt Elkins, Nilo giving me 21.
Yeah.
And Kevin getting 21. I had Kevin giving me 20. I had all 3 of those dudes giving me 21.
See, now I want the safe choice.
I don't think
You
about
keep
safe.
me-
I think about maximum.
Keep me at number
maximum
2.
damage.
No.
Yeah, see, Egghead, everybody chose those guys. It was it seemed like a pretty obvious week this week. So those were my picks as well. Lindsay copied off me.
No.
Okay,
I
Lindsay
posted
actually
mine
picked
first.
first. Yeah, she did. She did post her picks first. But I didn't look. I swear.
All right, Jake Elkins, you gonna do season 2, Ironclad Wrestling? I don't know. He's big for season number 2, isn't he?
I mean, rumor has it that Jake Elkins is north of 225. That's just the rumor, though. I can't confirm or deny. Jake is also a monster.
Michael Libby.
All right, so back up. We got Michael Libby versus Eric Longar. So,
Eric Longar.
So Michael Libby been involved in one of the draws tonight, right? The last match was a draw. Yeah, so him and Dallas Sharp was a draw. Great match though. But we got Eric Longar versus Michael Libby. So we've been seeing a lot of pass bys from Eric Longar. I think he definitely has the advantage on his feet right here. As I say that, goes for that pass by, and we're going to see him just spam that pass by, try and get around to the back of Michael Libby. So Eric Longar's in the black spats. Yeah, he's definitely controlling this standing engagement. We're seeing some really nice snap downs right there. Michael Libby's making big, big reactions.
5:30.
Yeah, beautiful
Nice,
pass by.
Eric.
And he's already in on that arm triangle. And this is his move. He's already got one arm triangle finish tonight. I mean, he's a Casey Halstead brown belt. And as I mentioned earlier, Casey's got one of the best arm triangles in the world. Definitely in 10th planet. He might have the best. And beautiful pass by right into that arm
5'10".
triangle. I would like to see, you see how his shoulders are square right here? I would like to see Eric really get that left shoulder to the mat right there. Beautiful finish.
All right, Eric.
Man, Eric's having a great night.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Nice. I love the camaraderie.
I hate it.
Complimentary.
Yeah, there we go, Marcus. Hey, Marcus, let Jake know what his real weight is, dude. But yeah, the camaraderie, that takes a back seat to the finishing.
Well, that can happen after the finish.
It
As
can,
it
I
just
guess.
did.
I guess. But
Yeah.
I like the stories. I want guys to be beefing.
I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding.
So I've noticed that I don't know if this is like a rule set thing, but after the UFC, like the ref like pulls them towards each other and almost makes them like hug and shake hands. Like no,
Well,
you can't leave. You got to
if you
hug and
guys-
shake hands.
I don't know if you saw the AJ Agazaram fight, but AJ just lost, and he acted like a complete idiot, honestly. But anyways, the ref, Mike Beltran, the guy with the super,
braided
the longest beard
yeah.
in the world, he tried to make AJ shake his hand, and AJ wouldn't do it. And he was like, no, you're a professional. You're going to shake his hand, but AJ wouldn't do it. But he was like, Mike
So
Beltran
that's
was
just
disgusted. He was like,
Yeah.
basically, like, you're not a real fighter.
Right.
I think there's something to that, I mean, when you've got, I don't know, man, if you've got really, really bad blood with somebody,
You don't have to be friends after the fight.
yeah. Yeah. So, man, really nice pass fire right there to the arm triangle. That was awesome.
That was beautiful.
So, threw it on by. Ended right. That's the second, takedown we saw right into an arm triangle,
Yeah.
But Blake Randall versus Dennis Smith. So this is a match that I think could end in a draw. I think Dennis has got the wrestling advantage, but Blake is wiry. I mean, he is all over the place. Dennis has shown a good pace, but I think Blake's got to edges him in the pace battle. And, I mean, I think the longer this match goes, it really starts to favor Blake. But, I mean, Dennis has been game. I mean, he's had a great performance already tonight, and this is definitely one of the matches. This is, one of the 3 matches I was most excited for tonight.
Yes. I love watching Dennis. I love his takedowns. It's just, I think it's whatever somebody does super well. I enjoy seeing, what your art is. What you're striving to be really, really good at. I enjoy watching that. So whether it's your rubber guard or whether it's your takedowns, I just enjoy watching high-level skill.
Yeah, totally agree. And so we got Blake Randall making his first appearance tonight. He's got the headgear on, and he's the smallest guy. I mean, he weighed 143 last week. So he's underneath that 145. Dennis, 172, 173-ish. So he's got a good 25 pounds. Elijah Carlton is the coach, and he awarded Blake Randall his blue belt. So Blake's under great guidance, and Dennis Smith is the white belt from 10th Planet Decatur. Wrestled in college, so got to always throw that in there. So Dennis in on that 2-on-1. Oh, really nice, man. I love how subtle Dennis' movement was right there, and he got a nice reaction out of Blake. I mean, he's definitely the more experienced wrestler.
5:30.
But I wouldn't be shocked to see Blake just try a shot from the outside. Nice. Nice snap right there by Blake. Dennis in on that 2-on-1 again. Blake doing a good job of controlling. Really nice work right there by Blake.
5 minutes.
Using that opposite hand as a collar tie right there to stop Dennis's movement. Goes for that low single. And he went for that ankle pick again. Just he loves picking that ankle up. Blake was very well aware. And Dennis, man, doing a great job of just getting to this 2-on-1. He can't quite get the position just because Blake's doing a great job. Oh, nice defense right there by Blake. And we're in. We have ourselves a wrestling match.
4:27.
Dennis is breathing a little bit hard now. We're going to see Blake start to really try and put it on and use that pace. So far, Dennis has been the one with all the takedown attempts. But he's in on that single leg.
Nice.
Oh, he's going to get the takedown. Beautiful single leg by Dennis Smith.
Get your knee out.
Dennis needs to free that knee line. He needs to be careful. That heel hook right there, he needs to rotate out. He needs to keep rotating. Oh. Got the heel hook right there. So I guess we're going to end the match right there. I mean, I thought the ref did stop the match, but
I thought it did too.
they kept going, and Blake gets the heel hook. But Yeah, it's one of those tough ones. I mean, definitely right at the edge right there. Dennis couldn't roll anymore. But it just happens sometimes.
So Blake Randall with 3.
Yeah, so yeah, we got Blake Randall 3 points against Dennis. Good match, man. Really nice match. Dennis, beautiful takedown. Yeah, it was unfortunate right there. But yeah,
Egghead's calling shenanigans.
I'm with you. The ref did stop it, but you know that happens sometimes. It happens all the time in tournaments. Not the ref's fault, not the competitor's fault. You just got to keep going, man. You always got to keep going until the guy
until the ref absolutely stops it.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
I just never trust the other guy I'm going against. You know, I've never been in that situation, luckily, where like a guy's had me in a submission at the edge of the mat. But I know if I did, I would never stop. Like I would just, I would keep fighting until like it was a clear, like, hey, the ref's like, no, stop. Go back to the middle.
Right.
Good.
So would you hold the position or would you try to finish it?
What, me as the competitor?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would let go and just go back to the center. Because I know he was going to roll out of bounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I personally would have stopped, but I mean that's not Blake's fault, you know.
No. All right. Who's up next? Nilo and Eric Longar. All right. So Eric's had a good night tonight. He's got 14 points.
So we got Nilo Bergener versus Eric Longar. Eric's got 14 points tonight, 2 beautiful arm triangles. But, man, Nilo, any indication of how he competed the first match, he's going to come out hot. Guns a-blazing.
Attacking.
Danilo Bergener.
And so we got Nilo versus Eric Longar. This is an interesting match, man. Eric has really looked, it's just the past 2 weeks, he's really been on fire. He's really gotten in his groove, and there's been a couple of these guys, like him, Michael Libby, where first couple weeks it looked like, you know, they had some of that anxiety. They just hadn't been competing a lot. I mean, I don't think anybody has with COVID, but they've really gotten into the groove. They've gotten comfortable competing in the PGF, and yeah, we see Nilo immediately sit. And we're going to see Nilo, again, try and wrestle up from the bottom position. He comes in with that Marcelo Garcia, that aggressive forward lean. He's looking to arm drag or pick up single legs. Nice. Really nice work right there by Eric. Recognizes that Nilo is about to start coming up. And, man, I love watching Eric try and pass the guard.
I like that scoop grip.
Nilo's trying to spin underneath for that kiss of the dragon. Eric does a great job, though, cutting the angle. Nice backstep.
520.
Oh, he almost gets that heel hook. Beautiful Nikki. We call that the Nikki Ryan setup. Man, Eric's looking really comfortable to start this match out.
503.
Nilo in on... He's got the underhook. Nilo going for a leg of his own. He uses it to sweep, and now he's in on the body lock. Eric does a great job, though, recovering to guard, and he's in a rubber guard. Beautiful. I can't quite see. It looks like he's playing a chill dog right here. Yeah, he's in on a good rubber guard play. Nilo's doing a great job of stacking.
428.
Man, if Eric just had a little bit longer legs right here, he could really get that. He could really get that dead orchard. Nilo does a great job, though, just pressuring in, finds the space, pulls out, and now he's back to passing. But Eric, I would have liked to see Eric go back to his full guard. But he's in his half guard. Nilo's got both underhooks, though, and this is a great passing position for Nilo. I mean, this is where you want to be.
352.
But Eric, man, doing a great job forces Nilo back to his butterfly guard. Nice, beautiful work by Nilo. Just floats the butterfly sweep and hops over to the other side. He's in on the side control. Eric flat on his back, and Nilo's got 3.5 minutes to work. And this is where Nilo is very scary. So Eric's in, or excuse me, Nilo's in on that Kimura grip right here. And I wonder if he's 3 minutes in. He feels Eric's real tough.
3 minutes.
Oh, nice work by Eric. Nilo tried to use it to take the back, and, I mean, Eric just hung his weight, made himself heavy. Nilo couldn't drag him to the back. Excellent work by Eric. But Nilo's right back on top. He's passed. He's looking for that triangle. Beautiful triangle set up from the mount, and Eric taps immediately. What a match.
Man, Nilo sets an amazing pace. I just wonder what his cardio looks like what he does.
You see it. He just never stops moving.
Yeah,
probably
how
ran
do you
here.
get to that point? I saw him in his car,
Yeah.
actually.
He doesn't have a car. So that's what
he
being
did jumping jacks
That's
all
what
the way
being
here.
22 looks like.
I forgot.
I think he's 22. Let me see here. Yeah, that's what being 22 years old looks like.
Must be
One of the youngest competitors in the PGF.
Oh, womp, womp, womp. Egghead Warrior. He's calling shenanigans. Ref stopped the action before Smith tapped. But, you know, we are fair here at the PGF, so I'm sure Brandon will look back and see what needs to be done about that. So don't get too upset, guys. Hopefully everything will work out all right.
Hopefully. Hey,
hope
man,
it.
look, nobody's been injured. I think that's the first
That's
thing we should say. Like,
amazing.
it would be
Yes.
awful if, like, a Paul Harris situation happened or, like, Dennis's leg was, like, torn in half. Like, but
Fell off.
nobody got injured. You
Paul
know, we're
Harris.
talking about 3 points here. Like,
Try to take it home with him.
you know, and luckily, you know, it would really suck if that match was, like, deciding who won the $1,000 in the regular season as well.
Yeah.
So,
Right. So put things in perspective.
yeah, I've just been really happy that nobody's been injured so far. Like, guys have been tapping on time when they need to tap. We've heard a couple of pops, but I mean, obviously nothing major. They've been all foot pops. So,
All right, guys. 142 in the chat, not the chat. The chat. Make sure you share. That's what I was going for. Make sure you're sharing on your social media channels. Let's get that number up, and make sure that you are giving in the super chat. Help us keep this thing going.
so Nilo now with that triangle choke.
Noah Randolph.
He is 55, so he is at 69 points.
Nilo.
We
is?
have Elijah Carlton, though, at 73.
Gosh. Okay.
Joe Kai.
All right, Noah again.
So we got Noah. He's probably going to get put in like 3 chokes. And we got Joe
And he's gonna
Kai. So
flex and
Noah's
bust out.
in the, he's got the neon shorts on. Joe Kai and the really cool gray and white camo failing shorts. Those are the dopest grappling shorts I've seen. I love Joe Kai's shorts. And these guys have grappled against each other a lot. And Joe coming immediately into the single leg X. And Noah's so tough, though, on top. Joe looking for that backwards sweep right there. Turns it into a crab ride. Trying to come up. He's in this truck position. I would love to see Joe go for the standing truck right here. I think we're going to see him go for this roll. Yes. Beautiful standing truck entry. Excellent. Joe Kai is all about what the people want. And we see like a Muay Thai knee.
To the chest.
Man, Joe Kai's been putting in hard work. So he's got the pace to, I mean, him and Nilo definitely have the best pace. I'd love to see those guys run it back. So 5 minutes in, and man, we've already seen a standing truck entry. Joe goes for the jumping guillotine. He's in a good position right here.
450.
Nice takedown by Joe Kai. And that's what I'm talking about. Just using your pace to find takedowns, especially against jiu-jitsu guys. Joe's got one hook in. I would like to see, he needs to get upper body control. Tries to turn this. He's back in on this truck.
Going for it. Oh.
Oh, and tricks him. He goes for it, fakes the standing truck entry, and instead hops over, takes the back, and Noah's in trouble.
420.
So Noah, man, gotta fight the choking handle. Joe Kai, man. Man, Joe Kai, beautiful. So Noah's doing a great job, though. Joe needs to win an angle right here. It's going to be really tough to, you see how Noah's stacked up on top of him? It's going to be... Joe gets that. And you can hear Noah's breathing's affected.
345.
I can hear it from here. I can't really see what's going on, but obviously Noah's being choked. Oh, yeah, this is deep, man. And Joe gets the tap. Pff, Joe Kai with another epic performance.
Good job to both of those guys. Man.
This man fakes the standing truck entry, hits the standing truck entry, misses the back take, ends up back in the same position. You see him kind of fake. Noah was prepared for the truck roll, and Joe just used that to take the back.
Climb.
Disgusting. I mean, Joe Kai likes going to Chili's, man.
He wants. Speaking of, you guys need to vote for Player of the Week. So go to Facebook, join the group, BrandonMC.Ninja, and you will be able to vote there. And this week's Player of the Week is getting this awesome 3/4 zip body armor.
Adidas.
Yeah, Adidas
Yeah.
shirt. So,
All right, so we got Kevin Primo versus Kevin Brooks. Kevin hasn't competed in about 5 weeks, so we'll see if he has any PGF ring rust. I don't know if that's a thing, but if one competitor would have it, it'd be Kevin. So here we go, man.
but he has been training.
What if Kanan just twisted his ankle super bad, walking out here?
He's like, I can't compete. Sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, we'd have to get Kevin out of the league. We would have to.
Bad luck.
He's bad luck. He's got bad mojo.
It's going to happen. He's going to
I
have.
don't know. Until it happens,
have
I don't
two
know.
matches. I have faith that he's gonna have
Until it
two matches.
happens, I'm not betting on it.
All right. Thank you to Matt Viper and Eric Bell. So you guys make sure that you're going to mattviper.com. Get those PGF rash guards.
So we've got the Liquid Terminator, Kevin Primo. I mean, Kevin. I'm excited to see Kevin. Okay, here we go, man. Kanan Brooks is out here. So here we go, man. We got Kevin, the return of Kevin Primo versus Kanan Brooks. Kevin's a purple belt from 10th Planet Decatur. Kanan's a blue belt, and Kanan's coming off by far his best match of the season. I mean, that triangle finish he hit was beautiful. So he knows, man. He knows Kevin's about to come at him hard. Kevin's going to try and run a furious pace at him. So we see Kanan pull guard, try and get underneath Kevin, and man, Kevin's got a really good Sao Paulo pass. You're going to see Kevin really try and put weight through his hips. He's going to turn his hip over right here, so that right leg's going to come out. Imagine he's sitting to judo side, and then he's going to step over into the half guard, and boom. I mean, as I say it, it happens. So Kevin, Kevin really needs to control. He really needs to get this control right here. He needs to back his hips up. He's already in on the back. Kanan, though, really nice job rotating. I want to see Kevin find his way back to the top.
Ooh.
So,
Convenience.
Kevin does a great job getting his knee line out right there, and Kanan does a beautiful job switching. So
452.
Kevin needs to relax right here. Just keep Kanan's hands controlled. Kanan's going to go for that apple fritter. So this is a Sean Applegate. He's the guy that showed me this. It's a really cool attack. He's going to try and pass it over into the 50-50. Kevin,
430.
Beautiful job, man. Great job just keeping his calm, and this is where he wants to be, on top in the north-south, Kanan pinned. Kanan really needs to be careful of this Darce choke.
415.
Kevin, though, back in on the back, and he needs to do a better job of getting his upper body control. Four minutes left, and Kanan's going to have a really tough time keeping this pace. Kevin's doing a great job of making this match his pace. Kanan's starting to breathe hard. Kevin getting ready to try and take the back. He's got that Kimura grip. Kanan does a great job, though, man, of riding that, going with it, ending up on his knees. He's almost shook Kevin off. Beautiful flower sweep by Kevin. Kevin uses that flower sweep to sweep back, and then he gets the back take.
330.
Beautiful. Kevin punches in. And they're rolling. Kevin does a great job of winning that rotation. Man, Kanan's doing a great job, though.
.307.
Oh, beautiful work, and Kevin gets the finish. So Kevin uses that modified claw grip right there. So he didn't quite have the full claw grip that you would see in wrestling. But he had his choking arm in position and just used that. He hooked right there around the lat and just was choking him the whole time. Beautiful work by Kevin. And this is the type of performance that I want to see from Kanan. Kanan's really looking rejuvenated, and I think he's going to have a really good rest of the season. Excellent job, Kanan Brooks.
And womp, womp, womp. Super chat from Jeremiah Bowman. I think I missed you earlier, so let me go back and pick you up. Actually, I'm not going to try to pick you up. You're a very big guy, so. But thanks for the super chat.
Yeah, so Kevin, man, beautiful rear naked choke, and Kanan did a great job of shaking Kevin's hooks off. He forced Kevin off the back a couple of times and almost did it again. I mean, Kevin had to use a really slick flower sweep to get back on top. I mean, he almost ended up back on bottom. And Kanan knew his best path to victory was attacking the legs. Kevin did a great job defending the legs, and just beautiful rear naked choke.
There are only 3 more matches left.
Huh. So one of those are going to be a draw.
Egghead did call you the Prophet, so that might be your nickname. I'm the First Lady, and you're the Prophet.
The First Lady?
Yeah. I'm the First Lady of the PGF.
I don't even know what that means.
I do.
What?
It's like I'm the president's wife. The First
Do
Lady.
you really just want to be known as the president's wife?
Well, whatever. I mean, it's not, you know. I
You
got,
don't
my,
wanna
I
be
got
like,
my own clout.
What about, like, the hot tamale? What?
I don't know.
What would that be in Spanish?
Caliente.
Yeah,
Oh, you know Spanish, Keelan?
dude.
I guess tamale is already in Spanish, right? Tamale. All right, 3 more matches. The next match is Matt Elkins versus Dallas Sharp.
Okay, man. Matt Elkins. So we got our next 2 matches. Nilo versus Jeremy Geiger is going to be really fun. But Matt Elkins and Nilo are looking for their 21. They're looking for the perfect night.
Yeah, and I'm looking for them to get 21 as well.
The main event, Matt Elkins.
So, Nilo, out there.
Oh, Poncho let us know what the hot tamale was in Spanish.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. Perfect.
Just just got hungry for Mexican food. I feel that, Wallow J. I'm hungry as well.
Wait, I thought you were Boofy.
Buffet.
Buffet.
I thought wasn't
That's
that
the
a dolphin?
Yeah, that's the dolphin. All right, so we got the main out here looking for that foot sweep, starting on his feet again, and Dallas has shown some decent wrestling. But Matt's already in on that guillotine, and he's picked Dallas up, and he's going to get that finish. I mean, that's brutal. That was tight. I was just saying, Dallas has shown some decent wrestling in the PGF so far, but, I mean, you cannot give your neck to Matt Elkins. And there we go, 21 points. When he just puts out the fire on Keelan's forehead. No, that was just beautiful, though.
Yeah.
I mean, beautiful guillotine. He's got a couple of different guillotine variations. That was just a standard guillotine, got the pickup, and, I mean, that might have been the fastest sub in the PGF so far, right? I mean, that was a really quick sub.
Was it faster than when he did the same thing to Matt Anderson?
Yeah, it was faster, yes.
Okay. Nice.
So there we go. There's
2 more
21
matches.
points. So, I mean, Matt Elkins went from, oh, man, he doesn't have any points. His brother's savagely making fun of him, just savagely. Everybody in his family just not letting him hear the end of it, to, dude, he's got 70 points now.
Yeah.
He went from 0 to 70 just like that.
Yeah.
And I think the Matt Elkins, I'm on that Matt Elkins train. I'm on the hype
I
train.
am too. Yeah, he's on my team. For sure. So, yeah, I was told it was like they were at a family event and it was like, Matt, why aren't you winning?
Yeah.
You should just win.
Yeah, why aren't you winning? But there we go, man. Matt Elkins has 15 matches. So 15 matches. He has, let's see here. No, he's got 10 wins. So, yeah, all his matches have been finished by choke. 10 for 10 on chokes. So the difference is, and that's really, for all you guys, especially looking to get into the PGF in the future. So Matt Elkins has 10 wins. So he has 70 points. Well, Jonathan Roberts has 11 wins, and he has 37 points. So he's almost doubled. I mean, Jonathan has more wins than him,
Yeah.
more submissions.
Nilo.
And he's almost doubled Jonathan Roberts.
Just more
That's
chokes.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, Wallow J is exactly right. I did say that he was going to go on like a 10 fight win streak.
Do not encourage this.
I'm just saying, Wallow. Wallow knows what's up. But we got Nilo, and this is my third favorite match of the night. All right, so Dennis Smith versus Blake Randall, Jonathan Roberts versus Seth Tatum, and now we got Nilo versus Jeremy Geiger. This is the last match that, I mean, I'm really excited for this one. And we see Nilo sit, and I want to see him try and, get on those single legs, get on a double leg on Jeremy, because Jeremy's definitely been the best wrestler so far. Oh, beautiful work by Jeremy Geiger. Great job getting that whizzer in right there. Not allowing Nilo to come up all the way. Beautiful work right there by both guys. Nilo switches up the attack right there. Goes a little bit more deep half, looking for that X guard. And, man, we see the idiot sweep into the double leg. Excellent by Nilo. Nilo's looking to get that body lock in. He's got the body lock, and he's in. We call that the, it was going to be, I guess that doesn't matter now. But Jeremy finds his way back to the closed guard. So we got Jeremy Geiger on bottom. There is 1 minute pass, so 5 minutes, and Nilo just keeps this furious pace. I mean, he's probably doing jumping jacks out there in the hallway. Excellent. So we got the Boys Town pass working right there. Stands up, puts that right knee in the middle, and looking to just pass right into the mount.
434.
Nilo putting some heavy pressure. He's got the underhook.
$415.
Really nice pressure right here by Nilo.
4 minutes.
Nilo passes the full mount right here, and he's in a great attacking position. He's got the underhook, and he's got a crossface. Jeremy's arms are a little bit out of position. He's trying to get his frames back in.
335.
Yeah, we're going to see him try and pop this triangle, I think. Yeah, he goes for that triangle setup. We've been seeing a lot of mounted triangle setups from guys.
Jeremy did a good job getting his elbow back inside.
Yeah. Jeremy does, I mean, Jeremy's very, very, very tough to control on bottom. I mean, he just always has that last big explosion. Like, oh, I need to get out of something? Well, I'm just going to do a big bridge.
310.
He's got a good frame across, but we're seeing Nilo try and pin one wrist to the ground. I mean, in his last match, we saw him go from mount to the bottom triangle.
254.
So we're under 3 minutes. There's 2:45 left. All Nilo.
Jeremy's 238.
Jeremy's doing a good job of avoiding any major exposures. Yeah, I would like to see Nilo start to transition now again. There's just not enough time to really wait a guy out right here, or to cook the beans, as we like to say. I mean, Nilo's been in the mount position now for 2 minutes, hasn't come close really to any submissions, and we're seeing him now go into the neon belly here.
205.
Yeah, I would like to see Nilo just keep roaming. I would like to see him just keep moving side to side. He's back in on mount. I would like to see him move to the other side control.
$150.
Oh, Nilo's got a really interesting arm drag attempt right here. He's got like a mounted arm drag. Oh, excellent arm lock, and he gets a quick tap. Really sneaky. Messing with that arm drag right there.
So do you think he was trying to go to the back from there?
Yeah, well, and so Jeremy, you're going to see he has this like weird arm drag grip right here. And Jeremy, you see how he turns? He tries to avoid showing his back, and it just exposed that other arm.
Yeah.
Really slick setup. I've never really seen a setup like that. So there we go, man. Doesn't get the 21, though. He's going to have to settle for 17.
All right, one match remaining. Kevin Primo and Blake Randall. And I see that Kiai's in the chat. Kiai, I know you're super sad that you didn't have to drive all that way. But instead you're watching and supporting. Awesome.
Yeah, so we got Kevin Primo versus Blake Randall, and this is a good match to end the night with. When we saw Blake Randall, he got the heel hook finish on Dennis Smith. A little controversial, but, look, no big deal. And then we've got Kevin Primo finishing a beautiful renegade choke on Kanan Brooks. And Kevin, man, he needs to make up some ground just because, again, he's missed so many matches. So he's definitely thinking choke, and Blake Randall's thinking, I'm going to try and take out another purple belt.
Right.
So we'll see. So Blake Randall is on the outside right now. Well, I guess not. I believe he's in the number 8 spot. Yes. Or no, he actually passed Dallas Sharp tonight. So he is in 7th place.
Currently.
Yeah, he's in 7th place in the Western Conference. So.
Okay.
And Kevin's on the outside looking in, but he's only had 9 matches. So he's still on the outside looking in on the playoffs. So he needs a choke here. But he has the most matches of anybody left.
Okay, so we only have one match left, so you guys make sure and go vote for your player of the week. Facebook, BrandonMC.Ninja, and then the poll to vote should be there. And the player of the week is going to get this nice little zippy sweatshirt thing from Decatur Coca-Cola Bottling Company and Frank Troop.
So, yeah, we've seen a lot of mounted triangles. A lot of mounted triangles. A lot of guillotines, too. Well, really, Matt Elkins has been the guillotine hunter, so.
A lot of attempted guillotines.
Man, there we go, man. Matt Elkins, the only dude with 21. Nilo, obviously super close, but had to settle for the arm lock, and I think that was a smart move.
How many did Caleb have?
Caleb had 14, but he only had 2 matches.
Okay.
So a little bit of movement, man. We got in the Western Conference now. Caleb Mcallister is in the clear lead. He's at 56 points. The next closest is Moises at 46. Well, actually, I believe Joe Kai now popped up to 49. So I think Joe Kai is in second place because he got two chokes tonight. Or no, he only had one match. Did he only have one match?
He had a match against Noah.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to go against
okay.
Hajar.
He had 2 matches scratched. So
And he was supposed to go against Ridge.
Yeah, I knew he was supposed to have 3 matches. So.
Yeah.
Quick commercial, then our last match.
All right, guys, we're going to go to. I mean, how amazing is that commercial?
I mean, I don't drink soft drinks, but man, I kind of want a Coke, dude. But in all seriousness, we got this final match: Kevin Primo versus Blake Randall, and I expect this to be a war, man. Both guys like high paces. Kevin's got about a good 45 pounds on the young Blake Randall, but dude, Blake Randall's a savage, and he intends to win every time he steps on the mat. I think of all these guys, like especially the white and blue belts, of all of them, he expects to win every single time he's on the mat.
Kevin, the Liquid Terminator, Primo.
All right, here comes Kevin.
Blake Randall.
Brandon has deemed him the Liquid Terminator. Kevin sweats like crazy.
We all sweat, Lindsay.
Not like Kevin.
So we got Blake Randall in on the headgear. We've got Kevin Primo in the blue. And there we go. Final match. Almost made it through another week.
Oh, Egghead, you picked my picks.
I mean, this is the guy everyone's chasing, though. I mean, Kevin's got a 10-point lead on you guys. So we see Kevin in there on the bicep tie. Oh, beautiful work. I mean, honestly, a lot of that was just, hey, I'm bigger, I'm stronger than you. And Kevin said, I am not accepting the bottom position. So Blake Randall on bottom, in the top, and we're going to see the same pass again, man. This is what Kevin likes to do. You see now he's going to do it to the right side. Brandon's calling for that Sao Paulo. He's going to turn his left leg, like judo side. Or now he's going to go back to his left. He just plays it back and forth. Man, Kevin's got a beautiful Sao Paulo pass.
Yeah, look how flat.
You just don't understand how powerful of a pass that is. Look, he's already stepped over. That's a black belt level pass right there. That was just gorgeous. Not a lot Blake Randall can do right there. So now from here, Kevin's going to look to where he's got the Dominator pass going with the double unders, and I think we're going to see a head and arm attempt. I mean, I think Kevin's going to really try and push up the middle through to that head and arm attempt.
419.
Kevin's looking to get possibly a butt compressor right here. He's looking to work against that lockdown. Blake's got the lockdown right here. Kevin, beautiful heavy pressure on top. Blake doing a great job, though, of keeping Kevin at bay. But Blake needs to be careful of exposing that left arm for the Kimura.
345.
So Kevin's got, he's got the gift wrap. He's going to take the back. Beautiful back take, just right up the middle. He's in on a single hook right here.
324.
So, yeah, I completely agree with Brandon. Kevin's priority should be he's got 3:15 left. He needs to keep, and he's already got the rear naked, and he's going to get that finish. Blake trying to, and he gets the tap. Beautiful rear naked choke by Kevin. Man, that was a beautiful performance by Kevin.
Ooh, you were wrong on the draws. What?
I was wrong on the draws. There's only
Profit.
two.
There was only two.
So really nice work right there by Kevin. Used the single hook right there. Got the rear naked choke. Man, Blake tried to force a rotation, tried to scrape Kevin off. Kevin did a great job, though, with the back connection. Finished the rear naked choke, and 7 more points, man. Now Kevin is officially, if it ended today, would be in the tournament.
Nice.
So he did his job.
He did good.
Did what he needed to do today.
I was excited to see Kevin back.
So,
All right. I would also like to thank Physical Therapy and Balance Center and Jeff Keith and his team. They came out and did our combine for us. And they also, for I think it was week 2, maybe week 3, bought a Phalanx gift card to give to the Player of the Week. So we've had several people donate for our Player of the Week prizes. So, guys, make sure that you're going to Facebook, joining BrandonMC.Ninja to vote for your Player of the Week to get this nice zipper sweatshirt.
make sure you're also tuning into my podcast, The Grappling Discourse. Trust me, if you haven't checked it out yet, you're going to enjoy it. Please check it out. Rate, subscribe, and tune into The Grappling Discourse. We're getting ready to have a post-fight news conference. Brandon and Conscious Keelan will be jumping on here, letting you guys, just shooting the, I want to say S word, but shooting the crap with you
There
guys.
you go.
Shooting the crap with you guys. And it's almost time for us to be over.
Yeah.
What was your impressions with tonight? What did you enjoy? And who impressed you?
I was super excited that there were only 2 draws. I mean, like you said, there was a lot of mismatches going on. So 2 draws were still exciting because they were really going after each other. So I was really impressed with Noah. Had a super hard night, but showed great defense and great heart. I'm just so proud of him. Matt Elkins, like you said, coming out of nowhere and getting just chokes all over the place. So super proud of him too.
Yeah, and I really liked a couple of the guys like Eric Longar. Beautiful performances by Eric Longar. 2 excellent head and arm triangle chokes. I love Mike Ritchie. My favorite move of the night was Mike Ritchie's snap down into the standing head and arm to the pass. He didn't get the finish on Noah Randolph, but I absolutely love that play. Joe Kai's standing twister roll to the fake standing twister roll to the back take was beautiful. And I got a feel for Noah Randolph. That kid got so much experience tonight. It was a huge win for him. Look, he didn't win a match. But the experience he got tonight, that's why he's going to be a champion. Give him a couple of years, he's going to be one of the best grapplers in the Southeast. Guaranteed.
So let me ask you a question. So I think Egghead is wanting to not call Kevin the Liquid Terminator. He wants to call him Pete Rose. So is that because he's at the top of the fantasy league and he's gambling? Is that what Pete Rose? I'm very confused.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the reference.
Okay.
Yes.
I needed that explained to me.
Yeah. So the Hit King, not in the Hall of Fame, but there's no money involved. They're a little bit different.
Yeah.
Old Pete was betting on his team. And look, he didn't bet on him to win, or he bet on him to win and lose. Now, if he's just betting on him to lose,
Yeah. So he should be in the Hall of Fame?
oh, I definitely think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. He did it as a coach. Like, who cares?
Can you really
I'm just
rig
kidding.
it?
It was pretty messed up what he
Yeah,
did,
it's
but
All right. Okay. Also, one more shout out to Lonnie Jones in his book, Grappling with Life, Controlling Your Inside Space. Make sure you guys are checking this out. It's Amazon, and I think it's $7.
So we got Elijah Carlton still at the top. Elijah got 14 more points, and Nilo could have passed him, but he only got 3, so he has a 1 point back of Elijah. So Nilo's in at, so let's see here. So Elijah's in at 73 points, and Nilo's in at 72 points.
And so if he
So
could
the
have,
heat is, if he could have got the choke, he would have been number
instead of-
one. So that was a big, that was a big play right there. Nilo not getting the choke, he's still in, Elijah's still in first place. So.
all right.
But here we go. We have the true stars of the PGF. We've got Conscious Keelan, the man that brings you the action. And then we got the commish, the guy that put it all together, Brandon Mccaghren. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I cannot wait for next week.
See you guys.
That was it. That was the big name that left. That's the one we needed. Dude, I like the goose, man. The goose is wise. The goose is wise. I don't know if that's true. The owl is wise. Does the goose feel wise to you guys? The gray goose. I'm into it.
Oh,
Shout out Josh.
hello, people.
All right, so I feel like that went pretty well. Was that the fastest one we've had so far?
And we had lots of makeup matches.
Am I correct? We had 1 or 2 draws. We had 2 draws out of how many matches? Dude, find me a tournament anywhere, any rule set, any format, where you're going to have well over 20 matches and 2 draws.
And those draws
They were good matches.
were great
Yeah,
matches.
they were good matches too. The young man Noah sent Mike Ritchie to a draw. Dude,
Dude, he's
Mike
hard to
Ritchie.
kill.
Everybody thinks like they look at Matt Anderson and they're scared to death of him because he's so strong. 26 matches, 2 draws, dude.
Good
That's
odds.
incredible. 24 wins by submission, 2 wins or 2 draws. That's wild, man. But I'm telling you, Mike Ritchie's the strongest dude in this tournament, not Matt Anderson.
Yeah, when you grab him, you can tell.
I was rolling with him the other day, and he feels like he's made of different substance than everybody else.
Yeah, if you could imagine, like, what Captain America probably feels like, when you grab Mike's arm, like, on a 2-on-1, you're like, oh, this is Captain America.
Yeah, but you kind of feel like Mike is also a bad guy instead of a good guy.
Yeah.
So, because when I grab him, I don't think Captain America. I think like an evil Captain America. I
Yeah.
don't know enough about comic books, but I feel like he must have went bad at some point during the story arc,
Dark side.
and he's Captain America during that time. Still in his heart, he's the good guy, but
Super
man,
strong.
come on, dude.
Super strong.
We know that he ain't a good guy.
So,
he's a villain.
what was the gate tonight?
Okay, so yeah, let's get into the numbers real quick. So pretty exciting. Live gate tonight, we took in $0 once again
$0. Pandemic.
because we're not allowed to have a live audience.
It was fun.
So, so what? Okay, so 101 in the super chat. That's about, that's still way more than I didn't know we were going to do any money in super chat any week, much less every week. It's over $100. So thanks, guys. We appreciate that. We'll put it to good work, I promise. And by good work, I mean me and Keelan are going to keep it.
I will feed my family.
Yeah, we got
That's good work.
Uncle Brandon's spending a lot of money right now on this thing. So
I wonder how, what happened with these shirts and stuff from Coke.
I saw a few people talking about them, but I don't know. I couldn't hear the broadcast myself, so I don't know what happened with them. But did y'all give any of these away? Oh, well, we'll start
just let 'em
popping
know.
some of them out into the chat next time. Oh, Egghead Warrior. Wop, 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 super chat. That's $10 for Egghead Warrior.
Good man.
Appreciate that. We're going to split that 5 and 5. That sound like some appetizers to me. That
Yeah.
sounds like buffalo wings.
It depends where you're at these days. Taco Bell's got the $5 box, or you can't even get a drink at some places for $5.
We can where I go. I ain't never been somewhere I couldn't get a drink for $5. And if I ever do, I want y'all to come and pull me out right away. Brandon, you are out of your element right here. You're from Lawrence County. Never forget.
Oh, so how did the broadcast go? I know Mark,
There
our
was an
tech
issue,
guy,
yeah.
told me that there was like one match, and then a half another match that did not get to the broadcast. There
Yeah,
was something
anxious.
wrong with the program.
Dude, Donnie
For a
Cage
minute.
said we're not as pretty as the other two commentators. Hey, man, you're going to lose your job. You're going to get demoted, dude, back down to the same pay you're getting right now. It's a fat zero. One of the commentators is real good looking. The other, now, did y'all cover Scaff's new nickname in the broadcast? Was that covered at all?
What?
It's B+. B+.
Where does that come from?
That comes from him having an 89 and me having a 97 on the My Vitality thing.
So you measured in as more athletic than Scaff? Is that what I'm hearing right
Well,
now?
not just than Scaff, than every athlete in the PGF.
Wow.
Tied with Matt Anderson. I tied with Matt Anderson. That's the dumbest thing ever.
Everybody, please comment in the chat right now if you think Brandon rigged his score and is lying about his test, because
I don't know. We should call B+ in here and ask him about it. Oh, shoot. Chad said he's got this. Wop, 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 super chat. Chad, 20. That's 10 for you and 10 for me. That's how 50-50 works. Keelan. Oh, did we cover the attendance? The attendance was also 0 because we're not allowed to have an audience. Pay-per-view buys, that's straight 0 because we're doing it for free for you guys. So
I see we got 3 likes on the stream. That's a little low.
no, but you know what though? I like when we have a few likes and tons of views, because that means people are commenting so quickly they don't have time to go and like the thing. That's
Well,
what that usually indicates. I
what
know
if-
that seems crazy.
What
but
if we
that-
give
that
them a
always
second
works that way.
right now to go like it?
And to share it. Probably.
Yeah, it's only like 1 click right now. There's 89 of them. You would
Yeah, I
think
feel
like
that.
7 of them could click the like button right quick.
Sure, 100% they could do that.
That'd be cool. Good talk.
Yeah, good job, guys. Who's got? Shane says, "Who's got bigger guns, Lindsay or Scaff?" I
Yeah,
actually
let's-
don't know. They definitely measure, like they're workout partners. You. So last time y'all measured, who's got bigger arms, you or Scaff? By how much though? It's pretty close.
To what? What was Scaff's? Sounds like it was close.
Yo, 10th Planet Shoals says, "Do we have any super chats left? I'll match the next 5 $10 super chats. 3 minutes, go."
Oh, man.
Yo, Chris Luddington.
Oh,
Chris Luddington's gonna
man.
match up to $50. So, y'all hit it.
And
y'all
we
hit it up,
only
and we'll
have
wop
3
this thing.
minutes.
3 minutes to go.
So,
Kevin, great job. So big start. Let me see. Let me get my. Oh, where's my sheet at? You got it there. I keep a very special note set here. I'm the official,
Terminator.
I'm the official librarian archive. So Eric Longar got the arm triangle. He had a big night. He had 2 chokes, right?
Yep.
So if you picked him in your fantasy, that's a big. Like you did pretty good there. You came up a little. Lot of value for your money tonight.
Indeed.
Right? You done? All right.
Gone?
V's up.
Hey,
No. His
Tell
name's
Harry,
Liquid Terminator.
let me talk to him.
Sorry.
real quick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like that, huh?
It's
yeah, it is
very
like that
much like
sometimes.
that.
Oh,
Hey.
shoot. Wop, 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 super chat. Matt Viper, that's 10, which means Luddington is coming in to match it. That could be up to 10 wop, wop, wops.
Yeah.
Oh, Brett Bates. Wop, 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 super chat. Brett Bates. Brett's a nubile young blue belt over here.
Oh, and another one.
Wop, wop, wop.
Do we-
Donnie Cage.
Do we need a button for that, or is Brandon's womp womps enough?
Dude, my wop wops are more than sufficient. I feel like that was a little bit insulting, if I'm being honest with you. That kind of, wop, 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 Egghead Warrior Super Chat. Thanks, guys. Wop, wop,
man.
wop, Jeremiah Bowman. Man,
My kids will be so happy.
y'all are sweethearts. That's
No, for
1,
real.
2,
Thank
3,
you,
4,
guys.
5 within 3 minutes. Chris Luddington coming through. Yeah. So listen, we kind of make a joke about it, but that money right there, that is how we are making this happen. So,
For sure.
you know, we do appreciate it for real. Thanks, guys. All right, who's your match of the night? Let's give away something. Let's give away something right here.
Oh, to the people?
Yeah, let's see. Eric Bell, Matt Viper. Let's do something on the store for these guys right here. Not for the player of the night, but let's look for the match of the night, and let's take the winner of the best match.
Dude,
How about that?
you know what match really had me excited was Joe Kai versus Noah. When
Joe Kai got everybody pumped.
I mean, it's exciting, you know. It's just exciting.
Joe is the man. Oh, man. Mark over there trying to get his credit. Wop, 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 super chat. 10th Planet Shoals, Chris Luddington. Oh, wop, 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 super chat. Patty
So much
Ray.
love, so
There's a
much
lot of
love.
wop, 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 super chatting. You know, here's the thing. A lot of people think it's wop, 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 super chat, but it's actually wob with a B. That's the key to the thing.
You learn something new every day.
Here, I'll show you. Here's Danny Harris. Wop, 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 super chat. Oh, she says, thanks for supporting last weekend to Artemis. Yep, Artemis women's, that women's tournament up there in Knoxville. And our girl, Nakaya, went up there and threw down. She won the tournament. So
With a bunch of
we
purple
appreciate.
belts.
Yep.
The young blue belt lion.
A pretty fresh blue belt,
Yeah.
too. Not even that long.
Very impressive. Very
Yep.
happy about that.
So, hey, we appreciate that, guys. So, thank you, Danny. Thank you, Patty, the 20. Of course, Chris from 10th Planet Shoals. We really appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Matt Viper. Joe was the highlight of the night for me. Agree with Wallow that Nilo versus Eric Longar was the best match.
That was a good one, too.
That was a good match. Right on. Okay, so maybe we could just, you make the call, Matt Viper. Either Joe or Danilo for we'll do something off of the store from Matt Viper for them, and then we'll hook the other one up with one piece of this gear right here.
Yeah, so they'll both win something.
Yeah, they'll both get something.
Nice.
So you call it however you like it, Matt Viper.
Dude, this is fun. As the season goes on, as it gets a little bit easier on us, as the competitors get more used to competing against each other each night, it's really fun, man.
Yeah, tell them about that kind of the atmosphere in the back.
Yeah,
That's
so
important.
there was a match. I forget. It was Dallas versus Matt Elkins, I think. Elkins, like, jumped that flying guillotine real quick and snatched him up. And, like, normally, you know, there's, like, maybe a bit of animosity. Like, it was a big guillotine. Oh, man, this guy choked me out. I came here to compete. But there's literally none of that. As they were walking to the back, Dallas was just laughing, talking about, oh, I knew I should have pulled guard on you. And they were, like, going back and forth. They're having a good time. And, like, they know they're competing every night, multiple times. It's creating a really fun atmosphere.
Yeah, and I love. Let me do this before I forget. Wop 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 super chat. Still Sarah. What's up, Sarah? Appreciate that. And I wanted to shout out what Patty said here. She said she's the #1 fan of Blake Randall.
No, he's a fun dude to watch.
Yeah, he's a fun guy to be a fan of
Yeah.
for sure. Egghead says finally ordered my T-shirt, rash guard order coming soon. And Matt Viper says let's do both. I can't choose. So they're both going to
Good
get
man.
something off of the Matt Viper store.
Who's
So,
that? Joe and Nilo.
Right on. Yep, Joe Kai and Danilo Bergener.
Congrats, boys.
Nice, man. It's good to get these guys hooked up. And
Yeah,
we'll
you-
give each of them a piece of gear off of the Coca-Cola.
You know, you get
gift, too.
rewarded for coming out to the PGF and laying it all out on the line. You know, just
Yeah, man.
going for the sub. You're gonna get rewarded, whether you get the points, whether like, dude, like you said, it doesn't have to be a submission. Who was the best match of the night? Like, it could be a draw, and you come out here and you just go for broke, and you create some fans, you know, and all of a sudden you get some prizes. Yeah, a little bit of controversy.
Yeah, so here, I'll address that. Thank you. So a little controversy. Here's what happened, and here's how I'm playing it. So Blake Randall versus Dennis Smith. There was a leg entanglement on I think it was the honey holes, the inside heel hook. And Dennis was making his move. He was rolling to escape it, and he rolled towards the out-of-bounds mark. And they had to be stopped. So the referee stopped him. Kyle didn't really come in with an aggressive stop. And so, in my opinion, it was a little bit of a referee error right there. And Dennis did stop. Blake did not. Gave Dennis a little minor pop on the inside of his knee right there. If he had gave him a hard stop right there, they would have restarted in that heel hook locked up already, because that's what we decided at the beginning of the season, me and all the competitors. So, you know, he was probably about to get tapped there regardless. But just that just goes to show you the importance of the job of the referee, man.
Yeah.
You got to be authoritative with your calls. So
Even in
a
a
little bit
match
of a
with no
small ref
points.
error, but you know what? Kyle, all the referees, Chuck, Sierra as well, they've all done an awesome job. That's literally like one minor, it turned out to be to Dennis is probably thinking that's not a minor mistake. But, it's 3 points, but it's Dennis's knee. You know what I mean? So he's probably feeling like it's not minor. Hopefully 3 days from now he won't be feeling that he'll be feeling fine. I expect he'll probably be at open mat tomorrow, if I'm being honest.
And
with
the
you.
knee or not, Dennis is a competitor. He didn't want to lose. Like, aside from the knee,
100%.
he was just mad about the loss. He's like, I wanted to continue this match.
Dennis is game, dude. Dennis is a fiery human being. I mean that in a positive way, like he's ready to play at all times. Yeah, Chad said the refs have been awesome. It's a tough job. Dude, I know he was refereeing at that combat jiu-jitsu tournament. He did like 90 matches up there when Buck was throwing down. So, yeah, for sure, man. It's a tough job. Somebody got to do it, though. It's kind of like cleaning the mats. Somebody got to do it. Lindsay out there cleaning the mats. She's like, just don't make me ref. So, yeah. But one of the big things that I think has been great is you were talking about the atmosphere, the culture amongst the players. I'm really, really happy about that. And I'm really happy about how much competition experience our guys from Decatur are getting in such a short amount of time. Like, they're getting like a couple of years worth of competition experience in a couple of months, man. And I know that you guys that have been watching all season can see that these guys are developing, and they're developing quickly, and they're developing alongside of each other. So regardless of if this thing ever grows very much, we're going to keep doing it just for what it does for our team. And the effect that those guys have on the mats when they come back into the room, into the regular room, is dramatic. And I've been, just from the perspective of not even as the promoter, but as the coach of some of the competitors, I've been incredibly pleased with the outcome that we've already received. And, we're halfway through. We're a little over halfway through now, a little past halfway. So, yeah, man, it's been really, really good. Can't believe how good it's been, to be honest with you. What else you got, Coach?
Success.
Still looking for some sponsors?
Yeah, always. Send them on.
Send them on. We can make you a commercial. It'll look good, too. It'll look real good, just like that Coke commercial. Did we play that tonight?
I think we played it once.
Yup, it'll look real good. So, yeah, let's break this thing down and let's go to the Chili's, the local Chili's.
Thank you, people. It
All
has
right,
been
guys.
real.
Love y'all very much. Thank you for everything, for real.